There we go. Right, we're here. I think I've broken my Skype already, which is it's a great start. But welcome to what promises to be a very, very exciting game of soccer. MLS is back. That's the name of the tournament. It's the name of the mood this morning. Myself, Liam Jenkins, John Zapata, you better know him as El Parcero Philly. We're here watching the Philadelphia Union v NYCFC, due to kick off in just a little bit. John, how are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great. We got our coffee here. We got our water. We're nice and hydrated. We got the brand new 2020 Philadelphia Union jersey. We're excited. I didn't think we would see this day, Liam, but thank you, Lord. We finally got some soccer going on here in Philadelphia. The first of the Philadelphia sports is back.
Yeah, we got there, man. We finally got there. It's a big game as well, obviously. It wouldn't be a good, strong MLS tournament without a fixture against some bitter New York rivals, would it? NYCFC. We've got Eric Reese in the chat, our writer. Geordie Fighters here, who Eric said the over or under is 3. Who's taking the over? Geordie's taking the under. Eric's taking the over. Let's start there. What are we thinking goals-wise, John? Obviously, New York are a bit of a different team to like what we've seen in the last couple of years. I mean, I had a feeling last night that the first game of MLS's back would be quite sloppy, it'd be slow. That was true for the first half, and then there was just like a 20-minute storm of like 3 goals. It all just kind of kicked up and went 0 to 100. Are we going to expect that same sort of thing with the Union, or what are we thinking here?
I think so. I mean, like what we've seen worldwide with all soccer leagues coming back, obviously rustiness is going to be an issue here. But I think that, what we're hearing from Jim Kirchin from the press conferences, this team seems to be fit. They should be ready. Obviously, they're going to be hungry as well. They seem really motivated. Obviously, what's going on with coronavirus and obviously the whole Black Lives Matter movement. This team really seems hungry. So it's going to be interesting to see. Like, this is literally the hardest match of the whole group stage for the Union. NYCFC have always been a pesky opponent for us here in Philly, so it's gonna be really interesting to see what we're gonna look like here. Obviously, last night you saw the rustiness, but you did see some good individual play. Luis Robles looked great. Juan Agudelo bounced back. No Rodolfo Pizarro last night, so you definitely saw Inter Miami struggle a little bit. So we got our full squad here. Liam, the starting lineup looked really interesting this morning. No Sergio Santos Gomes to start. That was a little interesting. And we got El Cino.
Oh, wow.
Right away in the starting. Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch. El Cino doing his magic for the first half. So I'm excited. Anytime you see El Cino in the starting lineup, it's excitement here.
All right, so just got a little bit of audio issues, which is always the way with live streams. So I can never really work out how to get the desktop audio in. So we will work on that. But yeah, obviously the history with NYCFC is a little bit interesting. They're one of the newer teams to MLS in comparison to what we've seen in the last few years. Do you think, where would you rate this rivalry? Like, is it above something like you would see with with like the New York Red Bulls, or do you kind of put it below that in terms of the teams that you really want to beat?
Yeah, it's crazy because as a Union fan, we've always grown up as like in our young history that we hate the red team up in North Jersey. But over the past couple of years, NYCFC has been a really pesky team. Obviously we've never won at Yankee Stadium, so that's really added on to it as well. And the whole Yankee Stadium thing really is a narrative that Union fans hold on to. So this rivalry has really been heating up over the past couple of years, and I feel like we had that one playoff matchup in 2018 that we all remember, when it was kind of like the Eagles back in 2009 when they played the Cowboys the last game of the year, and then they played the Cowboys in the first round of the playoffs. Same thing happened in 2018. It left a bitter taste in our mouth with NYCFC. So I think that if we have an interesting match today, then it's going to add on to the rivalry we got going on with NYCFC. It's good to see it for the MLS. You want to see this.
Yeah, I definitely this sort of game where I think a lot of eyes are going to be on it. Like, we know it's on ESPN. It's sort of almost a signature game now that the tournament's back. The Union getting hotter. There's now a real association with the team. We saw Kevin Durant get involved with the team, obviously, earlier this month, or last month, technically June. So that brings some intrigue to it as well. Is he down there? Do we know? Is he taking it? Is he watching it from? I guess he'll be in Orlando, surely, wouldn't he? Anyway, for the NBA. Maybe he's using some binoculars from a hotel, just having a look down.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see. I don't know if he's actually playing in the NBA tournament. I think from what I heard, he really wants to be fully 100% healthy. But no, Kevin, it seems like in his off year has really turned into the complete entrepreneur, investing in different companies, including the Philadelphia Union. So I'm glad we have him. It definitely has helped our relevancy within the city of Philadelphia with all the Sixers fans that we have. Sports fans in general, everyone knows who Kevin Durant is, so that definitely helps us out. But yeah, I hope he's scouting out the Union today in our matchup.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. We've now got 10 people for the first time. Just for Jeff says hashtag dupe. That's what we want to see. It's been a long time since we've said that. Big shout out as well, actually. I know he's probably a busy man right now, but to Jared, a friend of the pod. I know he's been on Dupe by the River, owner of the Union Happy Hour, who's actually going to be running the Happy Hour with the fans during the game, which will be shown on the TV broadcast. So, I mean, to start as an idea to get fans together, to end up getting so many players and coaches and familiar faces, to then put it on a national stage, big shout to Jared, and we'll make sure to go give him some love a little bit later today if you can. But tension's heating, you know, we're getting to that point now where we're getting a bit anxious before kickoff and you're constantly refreshing streams, trying to find out, you know, when's the kickoff happening, is it going to be a bit delayed? Obviously, as John said a little bit before, that oh god, that's baseball audio with it. See, this is my problem with trying to find dodgy streams, isn't it? The stream last night for MLS with Orlando and Inter Miami took a little bit longer to get started than usual. I'm assuming we're gonna see a rendition of Black Lives Matter protest of some kind. I don't know to what extent that will be, but it's more than likely that players will either take a knee before the game or take a minute or some sort of stand for unity, right? Which is, again, considering the bigger picture, very encouraging to see.
Oh, absolutely. I definitely, it gave me chills last night watching that, Liam. Like, that's the type of stuff you want to see from our league. And they did it in their own way. That's the most important part. So I hope we see something similar today. It seems I got some sort of stream going on now. It seems players are walking on.
Oh yeah, got it. There we go.
We should start shortly.
Right, so it's interesting to have gone with a different formation. Tim's in the chat. Tim, we love to see it. Obviously, Mr. Philadelphia Union content himself. Without him, well, this live stream wouldn't be here because I would be running around like a headless chicken. So Tim gives me sanity and obviously delivers so much in the way of articles. Has given you guys enough preview content as well. Wahab's in the chat. Interesting though, just to say, I'm just going to talk about Osinio, and just for Jeff has just said it there as well. Interesting that they've not started him on the wing. They've actually kicked him off what seems to be at a striker position next to Chibilko, which I get. I mean, it's nice. It adds a little bit of a running mate for Chibilko and allows him to kind of latch on to that last defender. But the last time we saw the Union, I mean, it was, as far as I'm aware, I can remember, it was one striker up front with, you had Aronson at cam, and then Montero drifted out into a slightly wider position to play down the wing. So it's interesting that they've gone with two strikers, and Ilsinho, the man there, not Wooten, not any of the other younger guys, but they've gone straight in with Ilsinho. Is that for freshness, do you think? Is it just veteran player used to kind of these situations? How are you feeling about the Ilsinho start?
Yeah, I was a little surprised. Obviously, Ilsinho is I like to call him our Brad Lidge. He's our closer. We love to see him in the second half. So I'm surprised because it seemed like Sergio Santos Gomes, the guy who usually starts right next to Kasper Shibilko. I didn't see any fitness issues, but maybe Jim's just trying to switch things up. NYCFC is probably expecting Sergio Santos Gomes to start, so probably trying to shake it up. And obviously, Ilsinho is not a bad option to go with in the first half here. So it should be fun to watch.
No, he's definitely become also Wooten, Santos and Nalina are all hurt, according to Tim. So thank you for the update. I missed that one. So that's why Tim's here. See, we love him. Mr. Encyclopedia. Luke says, Mon the Union. That's the spirit. Up the Philadelphia Union. Nearly 20 of you tuning in bright and early. Welcome to the show. If you are watching, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you turn that grey thumb blue. Let's try and push that number as high as we can today and set a new Union record. That would be cool. If we get to 10, we're 4 away from 10. We get to 10, that's definitely a good sign. But even Jim Kirshen out with a Black Lives Matter t-shirt. I think both teams carrying very poignant Black Lives Matter t-shirts. I want one of them. I mean, that's PSN font as well. That's Helvetica bold. I see that. I rate it. I want one of them. And now, well, we normally get ready for yeah, they're taking a knee. Love that. Very good. Good to see. So the Union in the white kit, NYCFC in their darker away colours with their budget Sergio Aguero. I don't know. Did you see the picture the other day with NYCFC? And it literally looked like they had Vincent Kompany and Sergio Aguero from Man City, and every single comment was just like, when you can't afford Aguero and Kompany, so you've just got like two random players, and it was like, oh no. So hopefully the Union can make it look like just that today, and make it seem like that those very respectable players are just, they're fake Agueros, mate. We can beat them. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll get it sorted.
We will get it done today, guys. No worries here. It does. I don't know if you can see this, Liam. It does seem like some of the players have different names on the back of their jerseys.
I noticed Sterling then, and I got a little bit worried. I was like, the Union didn't sign Sterling, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the significance of that is. Maybe people who have unfortunately passed away from police brutality. I don't know what's the cool.
Okay, well, we'll keep an eye on it. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's going to come out on social media at some point anyway, or like someone's going to clock what's going on. But another knee, so there's a real hefty mental. I'll tell you what, it's definitely, yeah, there's a Taylor shirt. I'm guessing it's people that have lost their lives to police brutality. Well spotted, John. Very, very nice sentiment from both teams. I love it. It's going to make spotting players a little bit harder. We're going to have to really lean on our number knowledge right now. So the game is officially underway. New York, who for ball straight to. We're just going to call him Fake Aguero for sake of simplicity. As much as it would be cool to go by full names, I think we can inject some fun this early in the morning. You know, typically, what we saw in those first two games, the Union want to start fast. They've got possession now. Aronson, our favourite wonder kid, passes it off. And now we're settled. That opening 25 seconds is gone. It's like that initial burst of adrenaline. You've got to settle down, find your rhythm, sink into the game. And a long ball through, the first of many, which is inaccurate, I'm sure. Just shaking that rust off, John, you know. Just shaking it off, getting used to playing a competitive game again.
Absolutely. Seems as if our streams are off, but yeah.
Oh no, I had a feeling that might happen. I got a little bit worried. Are you ahead or behind?
It's all good. I'm living with the audience here. I'm going with the audience here. Here we go. I got mine already started.
Oh, okay, all right. So I'm trying to work out if you're ahead of me or behind me, but Timor says NYCFC are huge frauds. I totally agree, Tommy, mate. I fully agree. There's no room for him in. You need to smash him. 8-0. Connie says, hey guys, literally just woke up. Welcome to the show, Connie. You've got some early morning soccer for you this morning. Hope it's a little bit different. I know it's not quite Eagles content, but hopefully we can give you a new team to support in Philly as well. So, looks like NYCFC at the minute are playing quite tight formation-wise and quite a congested midfield. Definitely not a lot of room to work with. Union desperately trying to find some little bit of slop there. That's kind of, it's out for a throw. It's to be expected though, right? Like, you're going to see a couple of errors and misplaced passes and missed tackles and that sort of thing.
But I could definitely tell the Union have the intensity. They definitely have the intensity this morning. I'm loving it so far.
I wish I had that intensity.
You got to get the feet under you. You haven't played, this intense style of soccer in a while. So for both teams, they're just going to try to figure out the best way to, attack here.
Yeah, and that's a Union. Oh no, it's okay. NYCFC throw. I don't agree with that, but okay, ref. Right, I've already got our first ref discrepancy. I think I've missed that, and that's the NYCFC throw. The first of many, I'm sure. Yeah. So hang on. So what time are you at on the stream? Are you ahead of me or behind me?
What minute are you in?
Mine says 2:35.
Okay, I'm at 1:54.
Oh, okay, right. So we're a little bit.
Just about.
All right.
Yeah, I'm using the ESPN app. So I'm getting people who are asking how to watch the game. ESPN app is really what I use. I do have a subscription to ESPN Plus, but they do have an aerial cam type of option, which is free if you have a TV provider.
Also, if you're not in America, and I know that Timor is, I know that Wahab is, and if you can access betting sites like Bet365, A, gamble responsibly, don't be silly with it, but B, they will show the game if you put money on it. So, little £10 stake on the Philadelphia Union this morning. Little, you know, Brucey, Bunsen burner to see if we can make some early morning cash, but also so we can get the live stream. That's really the main thing. I don't think I can claim that as a business expense, so I think my accountant would kill me. But nonetheless, we're off to a very paced start so far. It seems as though both teams are trying to feel each other out in these early stages. Nothing too aggressive. I think, you know, Gaddis there is trying to... I mean, I'll tell you what, Gaddis really impressed me in the first 2 games of the season. Really impressed me. Yeah, the first... I think Warren Creval in that first game against Dallas was exceptional. Like, I remember saying it on the pod, he was absolutely brilliant. So, I know he's not in the starting lineup today, but... Oh, a little ping ball through there. Union on the attack, on the edge of the box. Is Aronson... Ooh, I guess deflected. That's annoying. I thought I was going to be some wizardry there and I got a little bit excited, but no, NYCFC free kick the other way. Oh, don't milk it, fake Aguero. Get up. Come on. Come on, fake Aguero.
It's crazy too, Liam, like you were talking about Gaddis and Warren Creval. You know, they get a lot of heat within the Philadelphia Union community, but listen, both those guys have strengths that you just have to play to. They're both hard-working people, and they're very defensive-minded. That's the mentality that you're going to need out here against a team like NYCFC. I believe we'll see Creval in the second half, however.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Meanwhile, the Bulls... I want to try if I pause my stream... Oh, I can't. It just resumes it.
4 right now. 4:05.
Oh, mine just disappeared. I tried to be smart, and now it's just playing some darts, which is not what I wanted.
I just saw the Brujo foul on Maxi Morales.
Oh, okay, yeah, so you're a little bit behind. See, if I could pause mine, I would, but it just resumes because it's a stream. It just resumes where it like automatically comes as live. So I'm just ruining it for you. Do you know what? I might just like try and trip and go, oh, go! And then see if you get excited and there's nothing that's happening. Be like, sorry.
Oh, man.
I would never.
Yeah, I'm also excited for Brujo too, Liam. You know, before the shutdown, we saw him against LAFC, and we saw what he brings to the table, his tenacity. He's the type of guy that, you know, as a midfielder, he will do anything in his power to get the ball back into our possession. That's the type of number 6 we want. And he can create the attack from back there as well.
It's been missing a lot as well. I think that's been, for me, the biggest thing with the Union over the last couple of years. It's just finding all of those links. So they've got great players in each position, but the players to link those areas together, to get someone, for instance, like Aronson, who can link the midfield and the forwards and really start creating chances from outside the box. And you go to defense on the other side of it, like it's exactly the same thing. And when you go for someone like El Brujo to bring in that sexy season to come flying in and just add that extra bit of spice, like I think that's probably why Elsinho's out there as well. We know what he can do on the ball, and one bit of magic, and it's gonna really energize that team. All it takes is one little nasty step over or a little nutmeg, and before you know it, that whole team is gonna be buzzing. Connie says, what time are you guys at? If you mean in the game, I think I'm a minute ahead of John. Mine's 6 minutes 37. Fake Aguero's got a free kick.
I'm 56 right now.
Okay, we're on 9 likes, guys. We're 1 away from our 10th like, so we're almost there already. If we can push for 20 by the end of the stream, that would be cool. I'm also, you may have noticed, I'm struggling to open a milkshake, like a breakfast shake. So if we could not talk about that until I get it. Oh, there we go. It only took me like 3 minutes. It's fine. There we go. All good. Ball whipped in. Oh, good save there, Andre Blake. So scooped up. Nothing too much to worry about. But first real danger for the Philadelphia Union from a set piece. Whipped in from quite the distance for New York. Nice header, but nicely kept by Andre Blake. It was never really troubling the keeper. The ball went right at him. So no reason to complain there. Jobs are good in. And we move on. Aronson on the ball now. Who I think... That's probably the main complaint I've got with Aronson. You saw a little bit then where I think because he's still so young, there's still so much fire and excitement that he almost just tries to do a little bit too much with the ball at times. Like, and that's going to come in time. Like, again, he's so young in his development. There's such a long way to go. But when he does get that right, it's dangerous. So Union with the ball in and it's, misplaced. One of them. Good, slow start. By game 3, they'll iron this out, you know.
Yeah, I think we'll see a lot of mishaps in the first half at least for sure. But we saw this last night as well, where both teams were a little, sloppy, trying to figure things out, and then in the second half, things started turning up. And even last night was really exciting. Anytime you get a stoppage time goal or win a game, oof, that's what you want to see.
Oh yeah, love that. And a big shout out to Code C MGS in the chat, says whoop whoop, third rail NJ chapter in this chat. Come on, you boys in blue. And look, do you know what? We're accommodating, okay? That's what we like to see. I mean, I think the best thing about these streams is when you get fans from both teams coming in and mingling. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. Obviously, NYCFC are the team in blue today. The Union wearing their very nice white away jerseys with the... Is it Artesano, isn't it, they're sponsored by now? I think I've said that right. Which is still technically Bimbo, but not quite Bimbo. It's like a knockoff. It's like their B company, isn't it, I think? NYCFC on the edge of the box. That could be troublesome. Nice bit of work at the back, but okay, they're starting to feel a little bit of pressure now. Connie says I'm a bit ahead of Liam. Do you want me to say who? Oh god, no, keep it a surprise. Keep it a surprise. We'll all react together. I've got to put my monitor on as well. Oh god, this ain't good. Hang on. Bear with me. My MacBook's about to die, so if I do this... See, the Twitch chat will know what I'm doing now, if this works. I'm hoping it does. Oh god. There we go. Right, so now, I might look like I'm staring into space. I promise I'm not. It's just I've got to view my other monitor. So I think we've been here a million times with the pod and stuff. But as of right now, the Union finally able to clear the danger. NYC had a bit of an attacking spell on the back of that free kick. But I still think it's a very nice touch from the Union to represent jerseys out here with, names of people that have lost their lives to police brutality. It's such a nice sentiment. And now the team just trying to push the ball upfield. Nice little one-touch pass, but it goes out of play. And that's a New York throw. We're 10 minutes in, though. We officially had 10 minutes of MLS football or soccer back. 0-0 so far, so still nothing adventurous just yet. There's been one real chance for the Union. A couple for NYCFC who do seem to be... I think settling into the game a little bit faster than the Union, it has to be said. I think they've had the better of the first 10 minutes or so. The Union on the back foot, but I think, again, you go back to the LAFC game and the way they played that, we know they've got that intensity there. We know they can play that attacking football. It might just be a case of, again, waiting for the game to come to them. New York definitely pressing a little bit harder than LA were, I think, that game in terms of defensively. So we'll see how things continue. But just a little bit of back and forth on the touchline for throw-ins right now. We're over 10 likes as well, so a massive thank you to everyone who's turned that grey thumb blue. We love to see it. And another throw-in. So if you took the over on throw-ins in the first 10 minutes, that's sailed in, because we're on about 87 by now. We'll see if we can get the best of this. But Jim Kershaw looking very, very smart there with his glasses. He's grown up, isn't he, over the last few years into this very wholesome aesthetic.
I love when he's got the glasses on. He means business when he's got those glasses on.
100%. Meanwhile, NYCFC coming the other way. Fake Aguero tries to put a ball back to the edge of the box, but it goes nowhere. Union deal with it very nicely. Now Tubilco picks it up around the halfway line, passes it back to Orsino, and now the Union just trying to link up a little bit of possession. I think right now that's the big thing. Just try and maintain possession. They've not been able to do that. There's been a lot of one-touch passes down the wing to try and release players, but passes just aren't quite getting there yet. That's been the big thing stopping this team. Like the idea, the creativity's there, but it's like one-touch passes, and after that it's oh god, I'm frozen. You're right. I don't know what's happened there. My bad. Whoever's noticed that, well done. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Bear with me. I'll fix it. Oh. See, I told you my MacBook hates me. There we go.
I think the Union just need to settle down, get string together a couple passes, get that. You can clearly tell they haven't played in a while. The chemistry is not there like what we saw.
Yeah.
So just five things a little bit out here.
100%. I think my FaceTime camera is just broken. That's good. That's a good sign. Oh, there we go. Fixed it.
At least we can hear you.
True.
Yeah.
It's alright. It's a bit all over the place. Bear with me. I've got to Make it chromed. See, this is on the job, like... You don't get this level of production at ESPN. PSN 1, ESPN now. There we go. Much better.
Oh, there we go. All right, now turn it back up.
There we go. We got it. We fixed it. It's a team effort. It's a team effort.
What minute are you at, Liam? Still 13 something, 13:50.
Yeah, I'm 13:33 at the minute, so you might have caught up. That sounds like.
12:51. Yeah.
Okay, so about a minute or so behind.
Well, maybe by the end of the game, I'll be ahead of you.
Just racing now, so you can get furthest ahead in the game.
Ooh, what a beautiful pass by Jabiro. Just a little overrated Casper.
It's getting there. It's definitely getting there. Like, but NYCFC corner, the first corner of the game, comes 14 minutes in. Now I guess we'll get to see how the Union can do from this set piece. You've seen their free kick defending. They allowed a header on goal. Let's see if they're any better at defending corners. Andre Blake might have to extend that reach straight up. Ball comes whipped in. Oh, I hate NYCFC. Get up, fake Aguero.
So who are you calling fake Aguero? Because there's like 3 players I'm thinking of.
They're all. I mean, they're all the same player. Let's be honest. They've all got the same haircut. It will be. Let me find the. I know it's the striker. So I know Company is obviously Dos Santos. That's Vincent Company. That's his knockoff. Let me try and find. Hang on. If their lineups out, I need to find the player. I'll do it. Hang on. Bear with me.
I got the yes.
So it is. They got his updated haircut in here. Oh, Torres? Maybe it's Torres. Juan Pablo Torres. But his looks a bit different. Yeah.
So I see right now, Matarita. He's got the blonde hair. He's the left fullback for NYCFC. Maxi Morales is the number 10 for NYC, and then Castellanos, who we don't like very much here in Philadelphia. He's I guess he's playing as a number 9 today, but I've also seen him play as an attacking midfielder as well. He's like that holding forward in today's day and age of soccer, world soccer.
Yeah.
Damn, Andre needs some meat on those legs. Holy crap.
Absolutely. And Eric, so yeah, we believe Gaddis' jersey is representing Breonna Taylor. It's certainly not Lyle Taylor from Charlton. So it's, I believe it's Breonna Taylor. But it's, yeah, we touched it before. It's a really nice sentiment. All the Union players seem to have different names on their jerseys, each of them appearing at least to sort of like honour the lives of those that have lost their lives to police brutality. So we need to get full clarification on it, but that certainly seems to be the case from what we can make out on the stream so far. Union win a free kick. Interesting. I mean, is it a free kick? I mean, it's tactical. It's 50-50. I don't know. I won't complain.
It's really interesting, Liam, because 2 weeks ago in the Jim Kirchin press conference, I was able to ask him what he thought the MLS was going to do. In remembrance of the Black Lives Matter movement, and he said the players were going to do something, whatever they wanted, they were going to back them up. But this is really something really special that they did. I'm glad that they came up with this idea. It's
the first I've ever seen in sports, since sports have come back. It's the first team I've seen do it. Union with the free kick. Aronson whips it in with cheese, but it's not enough, unfortunately. There's a secondary cross comes in, narrowly misses the head of Kasper Chibilko. That was almost a sitting duck of a goal. That was a brilliant cross from that far wing. Keeper had no chance. Chibilko just a little bit out of place to come in and get his head to it. But that could have been the first real first blow in this game. I mean, NYCFC, we said before, have had the better of the first 20 minutes or so, but that was the first time Philly have really looked dangerous in this game, and hopefully not the last. But as I've said that, New York are on the counter-attack, which is not what we want to see. Oh no, both the fake Agueros are out. They've tried to play a ball over the top. It's great defending. Absolutely brilliant defending. You're about to get very flustered, John. Give it about 30 seconds. You're going to get very flustered.
I'm already nervous. I'm shaking.
So Union coming the other way as John prepares to just calm himself down a little bit, fan himself down. Nice little ball over the top for Aronson. It's well kept out. It's a corner for the Union though. And I believe the ref's meant to point one way or the other. He's pointing diagonally, which doesn't help. But it is a corner for the Union. Have you seen the masterclass at the back yet?
Nah. Okay, so I see NYC are on the move. They are just stringing together some good passes. Listen, as a Philly sports fan, doesn't matter what sport it is, you have high blood pressure. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, 100%. So code CMGS says fake Aguero is tatty. I believe so. He says, also I'm working construction, so can't tune into the game, and there's no radio transition, so we're the next best thing, even if we're a little bit biased. But we would never be biased as a Philly outlet. But no, he says, Medina's my dude. Love that, man. And again, that's what makes this cool. It's the fact that we can get, fans of both teams together in the same stream, enjoying the game, and trying to provide what isn't there right now. It's tough to watch. Everyone's got jobs or different circumstances. Chabilko just had a shot on goal. It was comfortably saved. Very nice little half volley, but unable to find the back of the net. The tempo has definitely picked up in the last 10 minutes or so. So we'll see who can get the next as we, the better of the next 10 minutes as we close in towards the end of the first half. But 20 minutes in, we're still 0-0. All to play for. And I'd like to think the Union are just beginning to settle that extra bit now.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really crucial match. You would think that this match is for, the lead of the Group A early on in this tournament. These two teams are the clear favorites of the group, so a lot on the line here for both clubs.
Yeah, absolutely. And just for Kodak's sake as well, Medina is on the bench, so he didn't start today. But the Union in the box right now. A little bit of wizardry. Is that a pen? Is it a pen? No. I didn't have given a corner. There was some contact in the box. Oh, that's annoying. I thought that could have been something. Aronson with a little bit of wizardry. Plays it back to Ilsinho, who kind of charges through. I don't know. What's that, a pen? I'm excited to see John's reaction to that. Are they VAR in it? I would, if it was, do they have it down there or not? It's a goal kick, isn't it?
I would assume they would have it, but we didn't see it last night, so we'll have to wait and see. I still gotta wait for this pen call that you're talking about.
It's probably me being over dramatic, to be fair. It's in my, it's me just being English going, referee, every 2 minutes. It's part of what we do. Cody says,
okay, which I just saw on Ilsinho, right?
Yeah. What are you thinking? Was that a pen? When you see the replay, it was like a lunge and then they both fell.
I got the replay right now. So he passed. Okay. It's tough to call. I'm gonna say no pen, but that's really tough to call.
In the heat of the moment, if that was called a pen, I would have understood why. Like that, it's one of them where I wouldn't say it wasn't a dead certified pen, but it was enough to go, all right, there's at least a challenge there to say that probably could have been. But Union, I'll tell you what, they're really working hard to get Aronson and Ilsinho involved in these attacking moves. Like, those seem to be the centre points for the midfield to push up now. Like, Aronson has had 3 decent runs into the box where he's really helped create something for one of his teammates. Obviously, the penalty call just then was thanks to an Aronson run where he's able to lay it off to Ilsinho. Now we've got ourselves a corner for the Union, so they're first of the game. Nice little bit of set-piece wizardry, but it's headed away by the New York City defence. I'm assuming that's going to be a goal kick. No idea what that was. I couldn't tell you what that. But it's a goal kick to the Union. No, to the Nycfc. 14 likes now, guys, as well. I have massive hello to the 19 of you watching. If you haven't liked this video, it's the best way to support it if you're enjoying the content. Obviously, helps us reach more as well. We get to 20 likes at the end of the stream. That would be amazing. Let's keep pushing that number up and see how high we can take it this game. But what have you made of the first 20 minutes, John, as things have began to settle down a little bit? The Union certainly finding their groove a bit now.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are still just trying to, feel it out a little bit. I am liking the runs that Brendan Aronson's been having in the past couple minutes. I want to continue. I want to see him continue making those runs. But we should see some. I feel we're going to see a goal soon. You know, both teams have gotten their chances. You know, one little mistake is all it takes, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we say that, very well intercepted pass by the Union. Celtic may have interest in Mackenzie. Oh, okay. Oh, no, don't. No, not another one. No, no. Don't do that, please. As we say that, though, Chibilko with a shot at the near post. That one saved. Wow, it was just saved. It was a nice routine save. Couldn't really get enough mustard on it. But Mark McKenzie drawing interest from Celtic. I mean, if they're drawing interest from Celtic, I'd like to assume there'll be a few other clubs around that sort of skill level. So you're talking Championship clubs in England, maybe like lower tier Serie A teams, you know, like that may begin looking at this man. But he's, you know, he's got a lot of potential.
Who's this, Mark McKenzie?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely someone on the radar in Europe. I would assume this, you know, Mark McKenzie's had his call-ups with the U.S. men's national team, the under-23 U.S. men's national team as well. So I just think that Mark just needs to string some consistency. Obviously, last season was a great. I see the Casper run. That was a beautiful run.
Yeah,
Okay.
Castellanos at Fake Aguero has just gone down with a penalty call, and that hasn't happened. Just another. That's the second one today.
Okay.
Right, so I'm trying to multitask now. I've got to schedule an article from my phone, so it's all grind never stops. All right, even it, but the Union pushing back the other way. Oh,
I'm glad we don't have the fake noise from the fans, and like we saw in Bundesliga.
yeah, I know. Oh, it's getting a bit scrappy now in midfield. This is where those kind of one-touch drills come into play. Nice ball over the top, but nice bit of defending, to be fair, in response to that from Nycfc, who avert the danger. But I think that you could definitely see there's a string of like passes coming up where you can see where that would all pay off. I need to quick edit and then make it right. 30 seconds. Beautiful. See, there we go. Who says men can't multitask? All done. Meanwhile, it's a New York City counter-attack. But I'd say the Union centre-backs have been much better today so far compared to what we saw in those opening couple of games. I mean, obviously, game 1, FC Dallas definitely got the better of them. Game number 2, I think they were a bit better. But this is... I know there's been a lot of pressure being soaked up, but in terms of actually intercepting passes and the distribution of the centre-backs, they do look a lot more refined, which I wasn't expecting for a first game back, you know, in the MLS's back tournament.
I mean, I personally thought we were going to see Jakob Glesnes, but you know, it's good to see Jack Elliott back. Ooh. But yeah, no, that's definitely what you want to see. You know, last season we allowed way too many goals as a unit in total, but you know, we were hoping that this year we would limit those goals that we allowed, and that would help us improve this season. So let's continue seeing that from both Mark and Jack.
Definitely. So a nice little change of pace there, and the Union can build up from the back and see what lurks. But Aronson's starting to draw attention wherever he goes now, which makes bringing him into those attacking moves just a little bit trickier. Moving the ball around the back, and we'll see where this one can go. But New York, they're seeming to go from very rigid to very fluid out of nowhere. Like, they'll get really rigid the second the Union have the ball and overwhelm that midfield, and then the second they're in counter-attack, it's just absolute free-for-all and everyone's flying forward. But as of right now, it's an Aronson spin, plays a nice little ball down to the wing. Can they get it into the box? They want to find that big head of Chibilko, but can't quite do it. It's still on the edge of the box at the minute. They're looping it round. Now down to the wing. The ball does get whipped in towards the back post. It's headed back central, and a missed volley. And he couldn't quite connect with it. The Union still with the ball in possession, and no... They're getting close. Oh, okay, that might be a free kick. Oh, no, he's won it back. Oh, wow, okay. I thought that would have been a free kick, but jeez. Okay. Montero just had a very spicy moment. It was great hustle. Wins the ball back from the fake Aguero, so not Castellanos. Picks the ball up, runs straight to goal, and just absolutely.
Montero's just pure ball.
Yeah.
You really want to see that from him.
Absolutely nailed that thing.
All right, so I'm seeing El Seno attack more out wide, which is really his comfort zone there when he's coming outside in. Okay.
It was a great bit of hustle there from Montero. Great bit of hustle.
Ooh. I'm at minute 27:54, and Jamiro's looking good right now. Getting the ball back, creating an opportunity for himself. Clean tackle, Maximo Morales. Just needs to finish it. Just needs to put a little less power on that curler, but that's what you love to see from Jamiro.
Absolutely.
Oh, we're getting time there. That's a thing.
Yeah, got a nice little water break.
Speaking of which, little hydration break for ourselves.
Beautiful right now.
So I'm seeing ESPN has obviously the news bar at the bottom. Seems as if Don Garber is going to make a decision on Nashville soon. It's very unfortunate what's going on with Nashville. Imagine like your team is playing in the top flight of the pro leagues, right? In this first season, and then this coronavirus happens, and then they do a restart tournament, and then you might not be able to play. It's just hard. That's really heartbreaking as a fellow fan. But again, like we've all said, player safety is the top priority right now. So if Nashville has to do an FC Dallas, then that's what's going to have to happen. But it's going to be real interesting to see. And Liam, that's our next matchup too, Nashville SC.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be intriguing to see what happens. Connie just says we were right about the jerseys, so they are wearing them in response to obviously what's happened over the last few months and to try and really spread that right message. But I wish there was a photo you could share of that, man, because it's outstanding. Like, I'll make a tweet about it, but that really is next level. Like, that's so good.
Yeah, I'm sure after the match we'll have some sort of picture out there. But yeah, no, this is absolutely spectacular. I mean, I don't think you're going to see this in any other league, any other sport, where a team just takes it upon themselves to honor those who have passed away due to some terrible circumstance. So definitely, man, kudos to the union. I'm sure we'll get on all Sports Center, CNN, all the national news, worldwide news as well. This is beautiful.
Yeah, really, really good. So the first hydration break out the way. I'm assuming it's probably a little bit more important for you guys. I don't understand why we've had them in England when it's raining and it's cold all the time. But for you guys, I mean, I suppose in Orlando it's a lot hotter. That the heat is going to really play a factor. But as of right now, 31 minutes into the game, still 0-0. It's been an interesting first half. Definitely, you can sense that rustiness while they've been out of action. But there have been bursts of play where there's that real excitement. It's the intensity that Kirshen's worked so hard to really muster up with this young team. But now they're being tested defensively. As Bimbo roll on to the sponsor stands, which is intriguing, knowing that they've now got Artesano on their jerseys, so put their money elsewhere. But it's been intriguing so far. I just want to see. Brokey says, I don't know much about soccer, but I will join, I guess. That's the spirit, Brokey. We can get you a new team to support, even better. But a missed shot there by Nycfc. I believe it was Castellanos that shot one. So Andre Blake, he's wearing a George Floyd jersey. So I've just clocked that.
That's awesome.
Love that. I actually rate that so much. That's so good. What a team. It makes you proud, doesn't it? It really does make you proud for You know, I don't know, again, if any other teams are going to do this or something similar, but Chabilko's been played through with a nice header from a goal kick. He's got to stop and turn. Can he find them? No, Montero was there for a run as well. Oh, that would have been the perfect clear-cut opportunity that they've been begging for, but not quite. Not quite. It's there. It's there. It's so close. You can almost taste it. And now they've got to be careful because the counter-attacks come in. The ball's too much. Again, nice clearance by the centre-backs. Connie says in Pennsylvania it's going to be 92. See, I don't know what those metrics mean because we use the other one. I think you guys use Celsius and we have Fahrenheit, or the other way around. But that sounds hot because it's a big number. Oh, it's a booking. That's, oh, okay. Oh, a little bit of a scuffle going on. Uh-oh. That's intriguing. A lot of fisticuffs and players pushing and shoving around, and Marietta trying to break it up from Nycfc. Wasn't a dodgy tackle, to be honest.
I'm about to see it right now.
I mean, he just uses his body, and oh, that's so bollocks. I hate fake Aguero. Get him off. Absolute wet wipe. Fair play to the Union for standing their ground and actually giving it some welly and talking to each other. There's definitely some finger pointing and a little bit of aggression and stress setting in now, but I can't believe he got booked for that. That's shocking.
We talked about it earlier. I mean, this is the tensions are going to heat up between these two. You know, these guys definitely don't like each other. Oh my God, 3-on-1 on El Brujo.
Yeah, man, and it's just bad. Like, that shouldn't have been a yellow card for him at all. It was Jose Martinez that got the yellow card.
Oh man, take it easy, Brujo.
He didn't do anything there. Like, if you watch it on the replay, he kind of like. So Tati goes down, or like he just kind of shields the ball and takes a step forward, and Martinez goes, you know what? All right, I'm going to put my foot in there. So like uses his hips to kind of barge into him. Nothing happens, and then he just magically hits the ground and dives, and then that's somehow a yellow card. Like it's a very dodgy call. I can see why he got frustrated, and there had to be some separation because that was terrible. I mean. From a neutral perspective, that was bad. Like, that's not good. You don't want to see that sort of thing in the game.
Listen, Brujo Martinez is a Philly athlete to the T. I love the physicality, but let's not get booked here, Brujo.
Nah, it's annoying. I think we probably got booked for the altercation more than the tackle. That's where I would place it. Like, I can't see him being booked for the actual challenge because there wasn't one. But even so, man, the ref's got to do a better job of seeing the field than that. That was appalling from him. Oh, and on my internet is beginning to kick off a little bit. Love that. Bear with me. Oh, no. Come on. Oh, I need my... Oh, my MacBook's starting to pass on into the next life. I don't want it to do that today. Come on. There we go. We're back. We're all good. Whew, that was lucky. I thought it started to scare me a little bit then.
All right. Get the ball. All right, you go, Kai. Where are you at now, Liam?
I'm at 36-32.
Okay. I'm at 35-45.
Okay, so still about a minute's different. That's so annoying, man. I wish it was all synced up. Well, we'll have to try and get the same stream next time. I'll try and find a way to get like a VPN and get the ESPN one.
It's all good. We're here. We're enjoying the match. It's early. What time is it over there, Liam?
It's 2:48 p.m. So it's still nice and I'll say late in the day. I mean, for me it's early because I'm on your time zone now. So it's.
Oh man, yeah, Liam. You're also starting to see, kind of like in the Premier League, we're seeing the sponsors on the sleeves, which is cool to see. The MLS progressing into what we see in world soccer.
Yeah, really nice. I think you're beginning to see that. I think the difference is between, or the gap almost in play between the MLS and the rest of the world is dropping. Like the MLS is definitely finding that, like its own sort of level, if you will. Like it's establishing itself a lot more in the current game, and it definitely adding towards the, from I remember the early 2000s, like the late 90s when I first discovered it through FIFA, or really back then. And you go back and they definitely had that kind of grittiness to it. But now it's really going toe for toe with some of the major leagues in the world. And it's good to see. And with events like this, I think the big thing here is obviously in UK time, no football games on a Saturday are played at around 3 p.m. This is perfect for that UK audience if they can watch it, or for European audiences to expand the game out. For Americans, I know first thing in the morning waking up for a game of soccer is a little bit alien, but unless it's a Premier League thing. Oh, big save by Blake there, very well positioned. Ball comes swinging in towards Castellanos, who, shock, believe it or not, is trying to pretend that he's hurt again. Blake can't understand what's going on. I can't understand what's going on. Hopefully someone's headbutted him. Dickhead.
That's what they'll do. They'll find a way to get a card.
It's so bad. This is the fourth time that this has happened now for Castellanos. It's an NYCFC corner. As I said, we're 2 likes away from our 20 goal as well, so we can push to that. That would be amazing, guys. If you're enjoying the content and you haven't yet hit that like button, make sure you turn that great thumb blue.
Smash that like button, guys. All right. Yes, the thing with the NYCFC is that they are going to find a way to frustrate you. They're very tactical in that sort of sense. So they're gonna do these short passes. They're gonna take their time, and the key is just to frustrate the opposing team. So we just got to keep level-headed, keep with the philosophy, the mentality, and we'll find a goal, guys. We'll find a goal here.
Yeah, I just can't let it, do what almost El Brujo did and take the bait. That's the last thing you want to do is just take what they're selling and then go all in. And as tempting as it is, I mean, I would find it hard to not just absolutely 2-foot Castellanos at this point, to not just fly in and just rip his shin out, because it's so frustrating. But you can't be a detriment to your team. You can't put them in a position where you're on a yellow or a man down or something like that. So you've got to be careful. But as we get towards the end of the first half, we're 40 minutes in. The Union beginning to look a little bit dangerous on the edge of the box. NYCFC appealed for an offside. It's not given. Ilsinho with some magic to get inside. And that is a goal kick, unfortunately. South American Neymar School of Diving. Oh, 100%, man. 100%. It's bad. He's not Argentine, is he? Castellanos? Is he Argentine?
Castellanos, I believe, is. NYC have a couple players that are Argentinos or Uruguayos. Listen, the mentality down, especially in Uruguay and Argentina, is do anything possible to win. So, the best example, obviously, is Maradona against your England. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't bring it up, mate. Isn't it?
the handball,
yeah.
Mentality. Whatever you got to do to win, you do it. So, you're definitely going to see that from Maxi Morales and Valentin Castellanos. We don't want to see it, but that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a different way of playing, isn't it? And it looks like a stop in play. And I'm trying to work out who's that a free kick for. It looked like the Union were on the counter then for a second, but Matarrita seemed to be involved. It's a Union free kick, I think, and they're just going to try, I guess, hoof it upfield. Connie says, don't forget to subscribe. I can't wait when we get for 1 million and 26k for Miles Sarnesi. That would be cool. I think 1 million subs is a long way off, but we'll get there one day. We'll get there. Hopefully I'll have a bit of puberty by then. I'm 25 now, so give it 5 years. We might just about do it. Aronson's pushing down the wing, tries to play it again. It's that same ball. They keep trying to play it off and just release someone down the wing, and it's not quite working for them. I think it was Bedoya they were trying to set free that time, who appears to be wearing an armband, and on the armband look like a lot of names. So there were a lot of nice touches here from the Union team to actually honour what we've seen here right now, like from the last few months. It's really touching.
Yeah, and then also under on the back of the jersey seems all the players like a custom message in response to Black Lives Matter as well. So yeah, that definitely you're seeing a whole bunch of different stuff, but this is what you need to see. This needs to continue going on in all the professional sports. We need to see more positivity through this. So I'm loving it.
Yeah, definitely need to see El Brujo there. Almost loses possession. It luckily falls back to Jack Elliott. New York beginning to press just a little bit. But they play it back to Blake, and that's probably the safest option there. 2 minutes until half time. Just try and bleed the clock out now. Have a break, get some water. Or woulda, you know, if we're being on brand. Let's stay on the Philly brand.
Yeah, you need some water to watch the rest of this game here, bro.
Yeah.
All right, NYCFC is doing the same thing. Little small passes, little ticky tacky, and it was interesting to see too, Liam, because they did, you know, last season they had Dominic Torrent, a guy under the Pep Guardiola coaching tree. And he's not there this season. It was interesting to see if, you know, NYCFC would break up what they had, because, you know, that philosophy, the ticky-tacky, the small passes, the heavy possession was working. And so far, it seems like they still have the same mentality. NYCFC manager Ronnie Dyla has you know, kept the philosophies going. So that's good to see if you're an NYCFC fan. Not so good for us here in Philly.
Yeah, no, it's just a big shot then as well from the Union. A real opportunity to get the ball in the back of the net. Unfortunately, again, just sailed over the bar. I think it was Chabilko this time by that had another look at goal, was able to get himself open just in front of the goalkeeper, but couldn't quite send the ball home. It was a nice opportunity, worked up again. The NYCFC tending to sit behind the ball, absorb pressure, and then fly forward, which is conveniently what the Union do. So you're fighting fire with fire here. Oh, John's just seen it. There you go.
Oh man, just a little more curl,
Absolutely. Meanwhile, 44th minute, played down, and again, just a sloppiness from New York there, enabled that ball to get nowhere. That should be, I'd like to think, a goal kick. But knowing me and my decisions today, it's probably going to be a corner. Because I don't seem to have a good eye for these things.
What do you make of the pitch quality so far with these fields, Liam?
Doesn't seem to be too bad. I mean, doesn't seem to be that bad as well. I've not. I mean, it's better than a baseball field, right? Are we gonna? Sorry, Code C.
Well, Tim on the podcast was saying that NYCFC might request one of the baseball fields they have down at the Worldwide Center of Sports for ESPN.
That'd be so sick.
Luckily, we're still on a soccer pitch.
So Code C says in Maxi's defence, he is the size of a toddler. He goes flying with a 5-mile-an-hour wind gust. Definitely seeing that today. So I know you're leaning on us for visuals. Just imagine a very traditional Maxi game, and I'm sure that's what you're going to see here. But it's one of them where it's frustrating to play against. If he's on your team and he's winning that many set pieces and he's getting defenders booked, it's exactly what you want, you know? It's really one of those players where you hate playing against him, you love him if he's on your team. So I can certainly see the appeal in Budget Aguero. There you go. Well, we're still keeping the nickname there. He's not quite earned him outside of that yet. As I've said that, I think he's almost tried to rifle one. Aronson's given it a bit of a clear into some scrappiness. El Brujo goes charging in to get that ball clear. Union appeal for a free kick. There will be 3 added minutes. El Brujo's down on the floor now. And I'm not really sure. The ref's taken a while to stop. Jesus Christ, man. It's like watching Charlton all over again. Alright, the ref's actually seen it. That's a good sign. He looks in real pain. Like real pain in his chest. And I'm not really sure what happened. But he's got into a tangle. Oh, okay. Oh, that was Chabilka. Oh, wow, okay. He's taken a big elbow to the chest. That's like a wrestling move from... Oh, is it Marietta? Or Mata? I can't pronounce the name. You know what I mean. Almost spins and like just throws his elbow into the chest of El Brujo. That's okay. That's new.
Right now.
And that's not a booking, but all right. Yeah, fair enough. Nice one, ref. Good job. That was really bad.
He just got a whole elbow to his chest.
Yeah, like full on. He was a reverse clothesline. And they're pouring water over his neck, which I don't understand, but alright, okay. Just like, it's like, just imagine Woody from Toy Story, got like a really hot bit on his hand. They're like, no, put it out. Just like really quickly pouring it out. But that was a terrible challenge. Terrible challenge. It wasn't even a challenge. It was just a blatant elbow to the chest from Matarita.
That looks like it hurt. Oh, man. For people who say that soccer's not physical, they need to watch this play that Jose just got.
That was terrible, man. Like, I can't believe that wasn't a booking. I'm stunned. Absolutely stunned. Trying to see if the ref will do anything, but I can't believe he missed that. That's potential penalty call gets missed, and then there's this, and it's not good.
Where's the spray? The magical spray that they spray on the medical staff spray on players in soccer.
They must have left it back in Philly, mate. It's just I forgot it. Oh, John had one job. One job, John. Some poor guy's like, sorry, my bad. Just packed an extra bottle of shampoo instead. Oh man. Yeah, we're gonna have a little extra injury time, I'm assuming here. Last night in the Orlando-Miami game, the second half had 10 minutes of injury time. I don't think I've ever seen 10 minutes of injury time. It's a long one, isn't it? But I think a lot of his, obviously, they've been, trying to deal with El Brujo's now going off. Looking like he's just getting a lot of water. Breaker says, do we read the comments? Yes, we do. We try our best. Anything that comes through, we'll try and read out. Connie says sometimes, not all of it. We do. If they're nice comments, we do. Connie says, please don't get mad at me. Hang on. See, I can't. Alright, I couldn't read out because my MacBook's decided to throw a bit of a wild card at me. What do I think the Redskins will change their name to? I like the proposition of Red Tails. I like that. Oh, now it's a booking for the Union again. Oh, brilliant. It's not El Brujo this time. I think that's Gaddis. Oh, no, it's Montero.
Montero got booked.
Oh, he goes flying in. No, that's frustration. Fair play, lad. Take the yellow card, mate. He went flying in. I think that was a statement. I like that. Do you know what? Take the L, mate. Take the yellow card.
Yeah, the tension's heating up between the two, Liam.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit feisty down here now, for sure.
Oh, yeah, I just saw it. I just saw the slide. That was reckless as hell.
Yeah, that's frustration, man. You see it on the replay. He flies in. Half time, 0-0 down in Orlando. Philadelphia 0. New York City 0. Do you guys say 0-0 or do you say like 0-0 or 0-0 or nil point?
I say nil.
Okay, that's good. I wasn't sure if that was like a British thing.
Yeah, I just think there's a couple, especially for English-speaking soccer fans worldwide. There's a couple things that you just say. Like I say pitch. I do sometimes call stadium the grounds, right? There's some things that you do say. Shirt, you don't call it a jersey, say shirt.
The more you know. The more you know.
There we go. Okay. All right. So yeah, I got the halftime call here too. So I mean, honestly, this is what I expected at least. A little bit knocking the rust off of both teams, trying to feel it out. This is what we saw last night. The second half, I expect a little more fireworks going on, a little more intensity. We're definitely think we're going to see goals from both sides. I think we're going to definitely see goals from both teams. But the final score, that's the question that needs to be answered here.
Yeah, and I think something worth probably noting as well is the substitution things. Obviously, that's changed, isn't it? Like the amount of subs that a team can bring on, the amount of players available on the bench. Would that see maybe a different tactic or two from Jim Kirshen here to come in and maybe spice things up? Obviously, we know Ilsinho started. Would he take him off at half time and maybe opt to bring in some fresh blood off the bench?
Yeah, I mean, last season what we noticed from Jim was he would stick to one formation in the first half. It was either the 4-4-2 diamond or the 4-2-3-1. And then in the second half, he would switch it up depending on what was going on, what he was seeing from the other team. So, it depends. With 5 subs, though, Jim could play around here. Like, he could literally change the whole look of the team. So, it's going to be interesting to see what he goes with. I mean, I think that you have in the first 10 minutes of the second half, you got to still stick with the 4-4-2 diamond, see what's going on, see if it still works. But then at that point, yeah, maybe you want to look at switching to the 4-2-3-1 again. But don't even count out a 3-back set, Liam. We have 3 quality center backs. We've heard Jim Kirchin talking about it before, the possibility of playing 3 in the back. So yeah, we expect everything at this point from the Philadelphia Union.
Yeah, so I know Connie's there mentioned Patrick Mahomes. I'm sure we can touch on that in a little bit. And look, there's a lot to talk about. It's half time. We've got 15 minutes. There's room for all types of discussion here in the comments. So no worries, Connie. Don't you fret. We'll talk about it. Eric says, I think NYCFC might have controlled the first half a little more. I agree. I think, but then again, I mean, the Union have tended to be this sort of counter-attacking team in recent times. I think we saw a real difference against LAFC. I'm so happy that's my bold prediction when I came into that game, and I was like, right, they need to attack from the off, get really press in those first 5 minutes, get an early goal, and they did. Because obviously I wasn't on this week's podcast, Jim couldn't listen to me and steal my tactic, so now they're back to their old ways. That is exactly what happened. But they're back to kind of counter in a bit. I think NYCFC have tried the same thing. Neither team has really made the most of their opportunities, but I think mentally, Kirshen's got to try and drill some discipline now into his team, because you're starting to see it fade, that players like Castellanos, like Tati, like Maxi are starting to get in the heads of the Union players, and the challenges are becoming more reckless. And then you see the arm to the chest of El Brujo, that they know that's not going to sit well with the Union players, and then you get a challenge from Montero, who goes flying in out of pure frustration and anger. You've got to quell that. You've got to turn that down, because otherwise it's going to end in tears.
Yeah. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. Last season, Jim Kirchin did a fantastic job of making adjustments in halftime for the second half. The Union for most of the season were the comeback king. So I expect Jim to go in that locker room and to fire up his guys. And, do you want to be good or do you want to be great? The mantra that we had last season, we got to bring it on to this season. Liam, I got the stats up here, and like what we said, like both teams have really been, pretty similar. If you look at the shots, NYCFC have 1 more shot than the Philadelphia Union. Both teams have the same amount of shots on target, which is 2. The possession is really where you see the difference, where NYCFC had 55% of possession. Your Philadelphia Union had 45% of possession. And obviously, the Union have had their fair share of fouls with 6 and 2 yellow cards, while NYCFC only had 5 fouls with no cards. So it's pretty tight. You can see from the stat line, and you can see it on the field. It's been a pretty tight match so far, which is always entertaining to watch.
Definitely. Now, interesting. So Brokey711 says, any great players on the Union I should know of? I'm new to the MLS. So there's a couple of new people that are just discovering the MLS for the first time. Obviously, this is sport. It's maybe their first time getting a glimpse of it. Doesn't help when people like WIP put out polls which have 4 options and somehow still leave the Union from it. But, John, I'll pitch it to you first. If you could pick one player from the Union to say, oh, this guy, and you get really excited about, who is it that you would get excited about?
So when it comes to the Union and the MLS in general, like the days of seeing David Beckham, Thierry Henry are kind of behind us. I don't think we'll see a retiring European star who just wants to collect a retirement check here in the United States anymore. What you're seeing more is more younger players who are hungrier, who have the absolute skill to still play in Europe and just need that bridge over. So I would say that the one player you need to watch for the Union is Jamiro Monteiro. This is a guy who plays the midfield. He's very tenacious. He's defensive minded, but also is very skillful. He can create on his own. That to me is probably the best skillful player. But we also have players who grew up in this area who are part of our homegrown system. Soccer is different from the professional American sports where you have the NFL draft. You pick players from college, right? the MLS draft really is not the way you build teams anymore. Finding players in the area to play in your youth academies, develop them as kids to go all the way to the first team. That's what you see over in Europe. And the Philadelphia Union have really done a good job at that. And I think Brandon Aronson is the future of the Union. He plays as a central attacking midfielder. He's the facilitator, the point guard, you might want to say, in the attack. And that's a young player that you really want to see. But there's, this is a team. This is an absolute team. There's not one player that's bigger than another. Everyone. The thing with the Union is, as long as we play as a cohesive unit, that's when we flourish. So, but there's still a lot of skill, a lot of talent on this Philadelphia Union roster, and it's just guys you can connect with too. Like these guys understand what it's like to play in Philly. Alejandro Bedoya, captain, he's been on the Fanatic countless of times, and you can clearly tell, he's got that Philly niche, he's got that passion, he's got that fiery aspect to him. So this is a Philadelphia squad to the T.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I would say Brandon Aronson. I love him. I think as someone that plays Football Manager a lot, I'm a sucker for wonder kids. Like, there is nothing better on that game than finding a 16, 17-year-old player and watching them slowly over the years turn into a star. And you see that with Aronson. And I think that it's been a little while for the Union to have had a player of that potential. And he's really raw in his game. I mean, he came through he came through Bethlehem Steel, didn't he? I believe he was like an academy product from the Union 2 team. And has now got himself in a position where at a young age, playing in MLS, he's got a very raw skill set, like I said at the start of the show, where you can see him at times almost try and do a little bit too much with the ball. Like there's a lot of spins, a lot of moves where he's trying to desperately try and find an opening, but that will pass in time. But what you're seeing is an evolution of people begin to really take to him and begin to try and realise, okay, this guy's dangerous. And to get his first goal against LAFC, if you're looking for someone to get on a jersey, he's young, so I'd like to think he'll be around for a while. He's exciting. He's in the midfield, so he's always on the ball. He's linking the attack and the midfield. I think the guy's got a lot of potential. Connie says she mainly watches England soccer. And do I say football or soccer? I'm a nightmare. I change. I vary. I go for it. Depends. If I'm watching MLS, I can't say football because it's wrong. I've got to say soccer. If I'm watching English football, I have to say football. But then it depends what the conversation is. Like if it's English football, I say football. If it's MLS, I say soccer. If I'm talking with it with friends, I say football. If I'm talking it with PSN writers, for instance, I'll say soccer. And Code has actually donated $5. So thanks, guys. I think we do have a bit of a rivalry with you. Enjoy a couple of sodas on me. Hopefully when COVID is over, we can debate in person. Love that, man. Absolutely love that. Thank you so much. That's extremely kind of you. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. I'll be sure to make sure we send that to Johnny and get himself a beer as well, and we can celebrate today's stream. But on that note, being an NYCFC fan, John, I think it's probably a good time for you to tease the guests you had on the Deep by the River podcast the other day, right?
Yeah, we were blessed enough, through the relationships I have created over the last year in the MLS community, we were blessed enough to have the world-famous soccer hooligans, as I like to call them, probably the funniest people you will ever meet. But yeah, it was a fun episode having them on. We were doing the NYCFC preview. They do more, they talk anything that American soccer fans will talk about. So they will touch upon, the Premier League, touch upon all the European leagues. Anything that American soccer fans are really noticing and paying attention to, they will talk about. But they obviously add their twist of comedy because they're stand-up comedians. So they have really grown to being one of the biggest American soccer podcasts. But they happen to be CFC fans, and they're season ticket holders, and now they do the pregame show for NYCFC. So they've grown so much with that club as well. So having them on, getting the perspective of NYCFC was absolutely fantastic. It's not too late, guys. Go head on over we have it on Spotify, we have it on Google, we have it on Apple, we have it on Spreaker. Check out that podcast. It was a lot of fun. I had my couple of laughs. It's kind of hard to get my points across when I'm dying laughing. So definitely check them out, guys.
Yeah, definitely a lot of fun. I would listen to that podcast while uploading it, and I was laughing, man. That's such a great bunch. I was trying to hear you and Tim both make points. I just have to abort completely with laughter. It was a lot of fun to listen to. Jay Fizzle in the chat. Jarrell, how you doing, my man? Nice to see you bright and early on this Thursday morning. Hope you're keeping well. We've also hit the 20 like goal, so a massive thank you to you guys. What's really cool is to see that stagnant number. I mean, you know, our Eagles content is obviously on this channel sort of where it's been built around. So when we do the mid-game streams and we have like, you know, 50, 60 viewers, and the draft streams that went mental, and we had like 1,000. To see the union build up and to have like 16, 20 people all consistent throughout watching, I love that. I think that's really cool. And, you know, that's part of our plans. Like, I know you're going to start seeing John's face a lot more around this channel with the content he's producing. The guy made so much content for the past week, I physically couldn't put it all up. Like, it was that, like, the guy's outworking me at this point. It was just absolutely mad. So you're going to see a lot more of John around here. He's got his own channel as well, El Parcero Philly. So if you want to go subscribe to him, make sure you do. But John will be making sure that he's doing plenty of union coverage here, and hopefully in for a few more live streams as well when he's not down in the River End, when soccer does come back eventually. But for now, we'll poach him and pretend he's definitely doing every single live stream ever, because it's a lot of fun having him on.
Absolutely, and hopefully we can do some other stuff. As you guys can tell, I'm an avid Philly sports fan. I got the link backdrop in my background here, so yeah, we like the mantra. My mantra is, you know, we're 5 for 5 here. We love all 5 Philly sports equally. So yeah, I'm happy that, you know, I've been part of PSN. It's been 7 months now, Liam. It's crazy. Time flies.
7 months.
But hopefully we can do a lot more months in the near future.
I hope so, man. I hope so. I'll tell you what, PSN birthday is my favourite birthday. When someone's like, hey, it's been a year since I've been PSN, I'm like, how? I swear I literally like had that phone call with you yesterday. Like, it's the best thing. We've also on 21 likes, Brokey. Absolute scenes. Thank you, my friend. Says, one reason I like watching soccer is there are barely any ads. Do you know what? I agree. I fully agree. Like, even hockey gets a little bit bad with all the periods, but America, I adore the NFL, alright? As you guys know, I mean, I make daily videos on it. I'm writing articles on it every day. There is nothing more infuriating than every couple of drives just breaks. And it's like, you'll have a drive break, you'll have half a play break, and then you have a timeout break. Like, soccer, you have 45 minutes, break, analysis, half, break. And it's just, I much prefer it. I fully agree. It's a lot more fluent. But, I don't know. It depends how you watch it. I feel like, you know, I've got no commentary at the minute. I've got no stats on it. So I'm using some, again, dodgy betting stream that I found. Whereas I know that ESPN and other places have a much better polished broadcast. But what I'd love to see with soccer, though, is what the NFL do. I'd love to see mic'd up refs. I'd love to see mic'd up players. I'd love to see... You're beginning to see it a lot more now with the in-depth stat tracking, a lot more. In terms of like touches and possession and like heat maps and stuff. Like, you're really starting to get that analytical focus. But things like what the NFL and NBA are able to do with their broadcasts, I would love to see soccer. I thought that with the bubble in Orlando and there being no crowd noise, they have a really unique chance to do it. They haven't done it from what I can see. I mean, mine's muted, so I wouldn't know as of yet. But, you know, down the road, it'd be cool to start maybe micing up the captain, mic up the striker, mic up the ref, for God's sake. See what's going on in his head when he's making those dumbass calls, man. Because it's, I think we'd all like to see that every now and again.
Yeah, I think that's a great part about the MLS too. You know, it's in its 25th season as a league, as an organized professional league. So it's a league that, you know, will experiment different things, and that's the beauty about it. They're not scared to try new things, and I think that going forward in the future, they will try to be innovative as possible. But yeah, I love where the direction MLS is going. Every season, you can tell that everything about it, from the quality of the play to the way they broadcast it, it's absolutely getting better year by year.
Tell you what, looking at the pitches at the moment, and like there are so many all together. Like, it would look really weird from a helicopter shot, seeing like 2-3 games at once all next. It would just seem alien, having like all these fields next to each other and then all the games going on at once. But hey, you know, it's a quarantine life now we live in, right? But the teams are beginning to come back out. For the second half, we should see some action again very, very soon. Connie says, do you follow baseball and basketball? I try. It's a bit tricky for me because obviously I have to run everything. So I have to take a back seat, focus on the Eagles to make sure we can nail that content. But yeah, I watch the Sixers, I watch the Phillies, obviously the Flyers as well. I just promise I won't harp on about covering them in Prague too much this stream. I'll try and keep that one a little bit quiet. But teams coming back out for the second half. What are your predictions, John? What are we going to see in this next 45 minutes or so?
More attack. I think, like I said, in the first 10 minutes, we will see the same formation. And then, if it does work, and even if it doesn't work, I think we will still see a switch in the formation tactically. I definitely, no Sergio Santos from my understanding. So, in my preview for the Union forward position, I talked about Andrew Wooten and how he has a lot of pressure. He was a big signing last year. We had high hopes for him. Really didn't do much in the couple months that he was with us. And it's understandable. He just got done his play in Bundesliga 2 before he got here. He was a little tired, and obviously, adjusting to the MLS is a little different. Playing in a new country, a new team. So he's had a whole off season. He's had an extra couple months to get prepared. So that's the guy I really I would like to see coming off the bench here. But yeah, I want to see more relentlessness, keep tenacity. Let's get some goals here, Liam. Let's get some freaking goals here. Come on, guys.
Oh no, so that underbet will be looking good right now. Connie says today do penalties only if it's like tournament play. So like if it's in group stages like now or regular league play, they wouldn't do penalty shootouts at the end. It's only if it's in like a final where there has to be a winner, essentially. Like in games where there has to be a winner and you can't tie, they'll do penalties, which is like your finals, your semi-finals, quarter-finals and stuff like that. But yeah, there'll be penalties awarded if people start behaving like fake Aguero did. I don't doubt that, because this referee seems to be really siding with that kind of behaviour today, which I'm sure will make our resident Nycfc fan in the chat very happy, knowing that he's never going rent-free in the Union defender's head. So hopefully Jim Kirshen has rallied his troops to settle down a little bit, but it'll be very interesting to see the second half.
Yeah, we had a substitution.
Oh, really?
So for NYCFC, it seems as if Medina is coming on for the youngster Keaton Parks. So we got our first substitution made by NYCFC.
Gotcha. That's very good. So I know Medina was mentioned earlier. Oh, he's down again. I best not be the same. He's down again. Matt. Oh, God. Get up. Wahab says, why is there a group stage? So the MLS's back tournament isn't like a league. They've hacked it. I said hacked it. I was looking at Jack Elliott just stick his leg out to Marietta. There's a group stage because so it's not working like the actual league. They're working it almost like a World Cup format where there's 6 groups, am I right? And then the winner of each goes through into a knockout bracket style. Does that seem...
Yeah, obviously it's tough to find an easy and fair way to bring the MLS back, but I think this is the best way possible. This is the most way possible. Jamir Montero just literally stole the ball away from Brandon Aronson. He's like, what the hell just happened?
Oh, there's a chance here for NYCFC. Good save by Blake, and it's cleared away. That's probably New York's best opportunity of the matchup so far. They're coming out of the gate swinging. Blake with a fantastic save, but a little bit of panic in that Union back four for sure. Now, that's going to be a free kick, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. What on, ref? Actually using his eyes for once. Oh, God, it's getting scrappy. It's getting scrappy. Oh, this is going to be an intense second half. I wonder who's getting booked there.
What minute are you in?
48. I think Albrujo and Castellanos caught up again. I can't say I'm shocked. That's going to be an absolute war between those players today. But they're showing a replay of the shot now. Played it back across goal. Nice little shot by Madarada, but just couldn't get it in. So the game's live, Lindsay. The game's live. Eric said his favourite commentator is John Champion. The game is live at the minute, yes. So we're giving you as many live updates as we can, Lindsay, as to what's going on. So it's still 0-0 at the moment. 48 minutes in. Guys are behind. Right, you say, honestly, weird. So I'm at one place, John's at another. I think you guys seem to be ahead of us. But, look, we're all enjoying it together. All right, that's all that matters. Oh.
What a save.
It was a great save, yeah. I think Blake is so underrated in MLS. So underrated.
Yeah.
Nice little opportunity for the Union, came to nothing, and that's going to be a throw after they tried to work it back in. Tajuri Shradi was the man, it came off. There is some real stress here for both sets of players right now.
Alright, here we go.
You can just see that, like, almost frustration just setting in. And so, Eric's at 48.30, so Eric's at the same one as you. I'm a minute ahead of you guys, which is really annoying. I wish I could stop mine and catch you up, but the second I play, it just resumes where the live stream picks up, because it's obviously a broadcast, which is really, really annoying. I don't know how to get it. Excuse me, you sound like you me up. I broke a body clock. NYCFC though, trying to work something from around the halfway line. Do you know what? I do love those balls that just go across the pitch, like from one side to the other. That's my weak point. I adore those. Or a little flick on. That's easily dealt with. Played back to Blake. And
handball.
May have been what happened before. I probably missed that, to be fair. But there we go. So, this is the only game today, isn't it, in MLS? This is the only one, then the rest of tomorrow, right?
I think there's one tonight. Let me double check, but yeah, I think the MLS is starting up a little slow with the first couple matches. Yeah, so tonight we have Montreal facing off against New England. That should be an interesting one. I believe they call that game the Maple Syrup Derby, if I'm not mistaken, from what I saw on social media. But hey,
it could be worse. But it sounds like it'd be a sweet affair, if you pardon the pun.
Well, I mean, you obviously know Thierry Henry very well, so it's going to be interesting to see in this tournament how he manages. He's done a good job so far in the CONCACAF Champions League, so he needs to bounce back after his time at Monaco.
Yeah, absolutely. New York with a corner at the moment. We'll see if they can work. They've been unable to do anything so far from set pieces. Union seem to have held them all. And would you believe it? Castellanos goes flying to the ground in an attempt for a penalty. Colour me shocked. It's a goal kick to the Union.
Castellanos.
I mean, it's so predictable at this point. Like, surely there's got, like, the element of surprise has worn off now. I think the Union players must just be like, right, let's just not touch, like, don't go in, like, just stand off for challenges. There's no point in risking, you know, a penalty or even touching him, because the second you make physical contact, he can sell it like, you know, he's a door-to-door salesman to make it look that convincing. So, I'd like to think that the back four should have much more awareness this time as to what's going to happen the second he gets anywhere near a defender.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, that looked a lot better from the Union that time. Like, he went down, there was no one even near him. So it's like the second he leaps, everyone stands by like, no, not me, not having any of that. You do you, son. I'm staying well out of the way. But we are officially over 5 minutes in to the second half. 0-0 so far. And could we see the first clean sheet of the tournament here if the Union can get, you know, just that lucky goal? I think that's what it's going to come down to. One moment of magic from either team. There's definitely been moments for both, but nothing too poignant so far. A lot of easy saves for both keepers. But it's Aronson with the ball at the minute. Plays it back down to the centre-back, El Brujo. Oh, he's not even centre-back, sorry, centre-mid. You can tell I'm on like 3 hours sleep. Montero, edge of the box. Oh, he's gone for goal. Oh, okay, that was a solid 35 yards out. Okay, that was a save, routine save, but can't knock him for trying. I mean, the sense of eagerness is there. I'm wondering what you make of this. Oh, you alright?
We're good.
Did he just drop it?
So yeah, I have my laptop folding chair, and it just collapsed. But the laptop's good. We're
good.
We're all safe.
That's all that matters. Montero with a bit of pace. Aronson's trying to make a run. I wonder if they'll try and overlap that wing play again. They've been trying it all game long without much success. You've got Chibilko now in the box. Got to try and stay on side. It's Aronson on the wing, cutting into the box now and trying to do something with it. He's kind of cutting all different shapes. It's like he's breakdancing almost in the box just to try and find some room. But very well positioned and spaced out by New York. Union faced back a little bit further out, but I wouldn't really trust Montero with the ball there. He shot before, almost to try and play a ball through to Chibilko, but it wasn't to be, and now that is a vicious counter for New York. Very well cut out there by Ray Gaddis, who... oh, hang on. No, throw in. Never mind. There we go. I was about to do a nice big praise, but it's all good. So Medina, the super sub, looking to try and earn that rep. Why has everyone got blonde highlights on that team? That's fine. That's at least 5 players. At least 5 players.
They all want to get on the same page.
They've all got Aguero posters in their bedroom. I'm not having it. That's bad, lads. Come on. Oh, hello. That's not good. Ilsinho's down. Oh, that's not good. He's holding what looks like his groin, but he touched his hamstring. The trainer's out. Oh.
The thing with Ilsinho is that he can give you 60 minutes at most. I've seen him do 120 minutes once in the U.S. Open Cup, but yeah, he's going to give you 60 minutes at most.
Yeah, they're making a substitution for sure, and it's really hard to see who's coming on, obviously, because the jersey numbers have switched. But it'll be interesting. The Union are preparing to make a sub, so it looks like he's...
I would say for a minute here for Ilsinho. That would be my suggestion, but... sorry, Mark, sorry.
Yeah, they're just, I think, probably going to take you off. It could just be cramping or something like that. I mean, he's done a fair bit of running this afternoon. It's obviously very hot out there. And, you know, if he is at...
It's tough when you're 34 years old, too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if he is at the latter age of his career, to come and play in that environment where you haven't really had the conditioning that you would have liked to, it's a tough ask. It is a tough ask, and that's why there's so many hydration breaks and stuff. But, yeah, it would be interesting to see what Kirshen does now. Like, does he now put on... Because we saw Ilsinho drifting out wide, or beginning to try, and it's Anthony Fontana that's coming on. So... That's intriguing. Yep. Very intriguing.
Yeah, I mean, with Fontana, the pressure's on him as well. 3rd season on the senior team, another homegrown product. Brandon Anderson kind of jumped him as far as like the lead, midfielder from our homegrown system. So I expected before this, shutdown happened for him to have a big season. So I hope he does continue having that big season.
Yeah, I think the big thing now, though, is like I was saying before, that we saw Ilsinho drifting out wide quite a lot, which is, as you mentioned, like his position of comfort. So were they going to bring on another striker to partner with Chibilko, or do they go with that extra, more midfield-based player who can get out wide and create some chances? And it definitely looked like they've gone for that route to get someone with just a little bit of pace on the outside to make that play happen for Chibilko, really. But Connie says, who does Philly play next? I believe it was Nashville, wasn't it?
Yeah, for right now, it's still Nashville, but Nashville's going through their own stuff with the coronavirus. They had 9 players test positive with the COVID-19, so that our match with Nashville is still up in the air, but I'm saying it won't happen.
Yeah, I can't see that. I mean, that you can make almost an entire starting 11 of COVID-inflicted players. That's not a good sign at all. Like, not a good sign. And it's unfair on Nashville to expect them to then field a heavily depleted team that could also then get the coronavirus, or there could be more positive tests. Like, that's where this would really haunt MLS, is if they take a risk like that just to make the game go ahead. All it takes is one player to spread it to another team, then they get it, before you know it, it all gets bad. Code C says, bring back the early 2000s NSYNC highlights. That's why. Medina with the highlights. Oh Lord, what would a Paraguayan say? Wait, I'm a descendant of 2. Just no, man, don't do it. Do you know what? I've never had blonde highlights. There was a phase in England where most kids my age, because David Beckham had blonde highlights, every kid was getting blonde highlights, and I never did it. Like my best mate did. My best mate had the little highlights in his hair. I've never. I dyed my hair green after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, but I've never had highlights yet. I'm probably about to have a quarantine break. I mean, I've got a man bun, so I can't really talk right now. I really shouldn't be slagging off people's haircuts.
Definitely, the top knot looks good on you, man.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm just trying not to, recede my hairline that much because this forehead can't get much bigger. But we'll see where we can go. We're almost 60 minutes in. We've had one sub, obviously, with Ilsinho. The Union beginning to break. It is Fontana on the ball. Plays it up to Chibilko. Aronson making a run inside. Support is coming. It was a well-placed pass by Chibilko to try and find Montero on the edge of the D. But it intercepted. Just wasn't enough mustard on it. Little bit mistimed. Again, you're starting to see that now. But Medina with a bit of a run. The tempo is randomly switched up quite massively now. Like NYCFC starting to do some bullying. A shot from Wolf, the edge of the box. Well handled by Blake. And a double save by Andre Blake, who is... I think he could stop time today, the amount of work he's putting in. There's nothing getting past him. Medina was definitely the man of the moment right there. It was a nice break for New York, but Blake with some really good reflexes. If there's one man that is looking like he's never missed a game right now or missed no time at all, Andre Blake's back to his best.
Liam, I don't know who saves more, Carter Hart or Andre Blake, honestly.
Yeah. Honestly, he's been really impressive so far, Andre Blake. I think the couple of saves he made in the first half were fairly routine, but those two just there were a testament to how good this man really is for the Philadelphia Union. Absolutely indispensable. Cannot be without him. And now New York have the ball and just trying to work it forward again. But have you had a chance to see the shots yet?
No. So right now I'm at the 60th minute mark.
Okay.
So hopefully we catch up a little bit here. But now, like Andre Blake before, good save. Yeah, I just saw the save. No, second one, just saw the second one. No, Andre Blake in the LAFC game before the shutdown had an absolutely spectacular game, even though, LAFC, it's tough to stop the attack. He did allow 3 goals, but there was a lot of saves that he had in that match that kept the Union alive, and we still got a point out of that. So continuing the form that he had before, you could clearly tell Andre is in form. Yeah,
definitely. He's really looking good. And we'll just see if anyone can break the deadlock. Brokey's back. He says, go Union. And aptly timed as well. They've had a nice little attacking spree. Couldn't quite find the right opportunity. And then a great save by Andre Blake has been followed up by a little bit of play on the wing. They've got Aronson on the edge of the D. Finds some room. He's been contested by 2 defenders. That's the thing. He's just being chased everywhere. He should have really first timed that if he could take a touch. But unable to do so. Building from the back they go. Montero with the ball now. Tries to play it up to the wing. It's a brilliant ball. They need to find Chibilko if they can. They play it down. Aronson! Oh! And that could have been special. It's in! Union score! It's 1-0!
Oh, I can't see it.
What a goal. It's the man of the moment. The captain, Alejandro Bedoya, gets the rebound. Oh, that was excellent. Great play by the Dupin 11. What a great ball over the top it was by Montero. A shot at the near post, cross back. Aronson comes off the rebound. And then Bedoya from a tricky angle curls one in from it. It must be like a near enough 90-degree angle. What a goal that was from Captain Alejandro Bedoya. A man, of course, wearing the armband with very aptly named, he's got like the names of people that have lost their lives again to police brutality. A real touching testament. Whoever was going to score, it had to be impressive. And Bedoya steps up, makes a massive impact on this game. I'm just waiting for... Oh, hang on. They're VAR in it? They best fucking not be. No, they're not. Oh, good. I was going to say... Yeah, Brokey, if you can like disappear and come back again, and then we'll make it like 3-0, that'd be great, mate. Have you seen the...
Let's go. Ali Bedoya, my man, my fellow Colombian American. 1-0. Let's go, baby. Let's bring it home.
That's a beautiful goal as well. Absolutely. I've just remembered to watch this game, I had to put £10 on the Philadelphia Union. So, hey, I'll make a little bit of change today if the things stay as they are. It's all in good fun. And NYCFC offside there. Good goal, though. That was a great goal. Tim there saying limbs in the chat. It's been a while since we've had some limbs. Definitely would have been some in the home end if this was a game. What a strike that was to whip that in. I'm impressed. I mean, I'm really impressed. I think, again, Montero's vision. Aronson there were a little bit more clinical to try and get his first shot off. It was rebounded, but then to come back and just have a nice little rebound shot from Bedoya. He could have laid it off. I thought he would have laid it off to Jabilko. He took it on himself, and you just couldn't ask for a better finish than that. It was absolutely brilliant. Bob Stocker comes in and says, dupe. The celebrations go on, but there are still 25 minutes for the Union now to hold on to this lead. And this is where it gets tricky because as a Charlton fan, my worst nightmare is, you go 1-0 up, you sit 10 men behind the ball and you lose 2-1. Because that seems to happen every week. The Union aren't that team though. They stay on the attack, they stay pressing, they like to keep the ball forward and maintain possession. I'm hoping that's what we see. And maybe, just maybe, the Union can get inside the heads of players like Castellanos. They're on the attack now again. A shot from range from Chibilko gets deflected. It is a Union throw-in. Oh, I've got to change the score, haven't I? I forgot that. Wait. My MacBook has to change. Bear with me. All right. My Mac is on a very big delay, but wait. Ooh, hang on. I need to find which one is it? I don't know which team. Okay. Right. Ooh. Hey! There we go. All updated. 1-0. Philadelphia Union. Love to see it. Oh, man. It's been a while since I've seen a Union goal.
It's been a long time since we duped.
Yeah, it's been too long. Way too long. Flag goes up there for offside for Chibilko. I don't think he was off. Just caught off that last. Oh, yeah, that's a murky one. That would be a VAR in my opinion. Don't know about that, but okay. I'm not very good at making these calls, so please don't take my opinion as golden because I seem to be terrible at making refereeing decisions. But that was the boost this team needed, though, after absorbing such a hefty amount of pressure in that first 15 minutes of the second half.
So, Liam, my question for you is, do we park the bus here, sit back and take these 3 points, or attack and get more goals?
Don't do a Charlton, please. I'm too emotionally hurt from every single week of going 1-0 up and losing 2-1. I'm not happy with it. His name's not Castellanos anymore. You call him Fake Aguero like you did. You don't get to call him his last name or Tati. Alright, hey, look, if you want to stay with the Fake Aguero, we'll ride with the Fake Aguero. We'll do that. And hey! Alright, that's going to make John happy. There's a New York corner coming in the next 60 seconds that you'll love the outcome of, John. This is brilliant. You love to see it. That's fantastic. I won't spoil it. I'll just sit in silence. Or just...
Alright, let's see. I'm at 66:47.
Okay, so it's about a minute away. Let me know when you get to the corner, because the way it pans out is... it's a work of art from New York, I've got to say. Oh, hello. Sloppy.
Corner kick.
I'm just waiting for it.
Oh my god. Looked like Cody Parkey out there.
Hang on, wait there. Something's just landed in my... Wait. Something's just... What's that? Oh, I found the ball. Oh, there it is. It's just landed. It's just landed here. Wow. That was, what a strike to go from Orlando to England. Wow. Oof, what a, jeez.
Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, that's what it looked like.
Is that a sub? Oh, okay. So El Brujo and Bedoya having a chat with the ref, probably telling Fake Aguero to, stop being an idiot. Or is that a... Oh, okay. Morales has gone in and twatted him in the knee. Brilliant. And why has he gone down? Oh my god, this team's infuriating me. Imagine kicking someone in the leg and then, like, pretending to be the one that's hurt. That's a vibe. That's, you know what? That's some special... I don't know what cereal he's eating for breakfast, but get me some of that. Because, oh, wow. Oh, what a ball. Aaron said, oh, God, no. I think Bedoya took a bit of a knock there. Is that goal regulation side? I believe so, yeah. That it's just Andre Blake is a giant, and NYCFC clearly needs something 80 feet taller to get a shot on target. And as I've said that, they're probably going to score, because that's what oh, God. Blake ends up sliding for a ball, and Fake Aguero dives in for it. But Blake gets up. See, doesn't make a deal of it, because he's not a knobhead. So that's the way we go. Right, cleared away.
Yeah. Real quick, shouts out to Patty Mills donating $1 million to Black Lives Matter. That's fantastic.
Oh wow, that's awesome, man.
Spurs.
Very Eddie Guerrero. I forgot Eric's only just Eric's getting into soccer. I love that. I can't wait till he watches Charlton just choke a lead. That'll be fun. Do you know what? I might do Charlton Watchalong at some point. I know it's not fully related, but the amount of shit outery that poor team endures. It's watching the Union is highlighting just how bad Charlton are at the minute, and that is a statement from a championship club, right? Watching MLS, thinking the Union coming off of the COVID break are playing better than that team. You love to see it. It's brilliant. I might just move full time. I've had enough of Charlton now. I'm ripping it off. Okay, I'm ripping the jersey off. But 70 minutes in, there's only 20 minutes for this team to hold on. New York, I don't want to jinx it, don't look like scoring so far. I think the Union have really burst their bubble. They've really deflated this team.
They do.
Oh, I think I might just... Please don't jinx it, Liam. For the love of God, don't jinx it. So NYCFC on the wing.
No, but they don't have the same intensity that we saw in the first half. The methodical passing has kind of gone away. I think now that they're down 1-0, they're kind of all right, we need a freaking goal mode, which you don't want to do. Stick to the game plan, but hey, we'll take it. We'll take it in Philly.
I'll tell you what, that was a perfect chance for New York to get back in there. It was whipped in by Fake Aguero. It was a half volley that Blake saved. Union have dealt with the danger, and Aronson could have ran onto that, but the ball just placed a little bit past him. Connie's a United fan. Fair enough. Well, Harry Maguire, alright, Super Harry Maguire used to play with a Charlton defender who taught him everything he knows, alright? The only reason Harry Maguire is any good is definitely 1,000% because he now plays with a terrible Charlton centre-back. That's the only reason I can think of as to why Harry Maguire is so good. I say good, but he's been terrible since the comeback, but we'll leave that. At substitution, El Brujo coming off. I think that's probably the sensible decision. He's played his heart out today in our first taste of sexy season. I mean, what do you make of it? I mean, he played, 70 minutes there? What are you making of what we've seen from El Brujo so far?
I like it. You've seen the tenacity. You saw what you saw in the LAFC match. What he's going to bring for you is, the tenacious defensive mentality that he has. And then turn it over and try to create an attack on the counterattack. So, bravo by Brujo Martinez. That's what we need to see, and he deserves the rest that he's about to get.
Yeah, he's definitely earned a little rest, and I think Maxi... Oh, it's a drink break. I was going to say that Morales was going off, but the New York City hairdressers are all going over to get some hydration at this time. Jazz comes in and says NYCFC is trash. They play in a damn baseball stadium, disgracing our beautiful sport. I'm all for the addition of new teams. I like the competition. And part of me likes the fact, obviously, that there's the link with Manchester City because it gives you that level of wanting to beat them. Almost, and I think you need that with with new rivalries, and bearing in mind that New York already had a team with the Red Bulls. If they're going to add a team, it's got to be something that will be polar, that will cause a lot of love and hate. NYCFC has done that. I can't lie, the logo's very nice. I like the jerseys, and I can't stand watching them play with all the diving. It's the perfect team for a rival. Like, you can't ask for more than that.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, they're owned by Manchester City and by the New York Yankees. Like, how can you not dislike them if you're a Philadelphia sports fan?
Yeah, exactly. But it's
hydration break, please.
Oh, I'm having a hydration break. Yeah, we're getting there. That's it. All that running, I had to. Oh, no, I've just got tiny hands, mate. No, no, it's a big bottle. But I had to get myself some water after all that running to go and collect the ball that flew out of the stadium and just hit my office a moment ago. I had to run and get it, so timed myself out there to make sure I catch it and stopped it causing any damage. There's a substitution for NYCFC. They're bringing off number 10. Who is that? One of the fake Agueros? I'm not sure. I can't quite see. I don't think so. Oh, it is one of the fake Agueros. And Tajori Shradi's going off as well. Coates, they play there because they want to be in the 5 boroughs, not NJ, upstate NY. It's difficult because of NYC legislators being trash. Yeah, I get that. I fully get that, man. We're only having playful banter. I was going to say, I mean, as much as you can almost like passionately dislike a team for all the right reasons, there's that element of respect there still, and I like that, especially between fans. Code is a New York City fan, has come into this stream. I like to be made a new friend here. I don't think I'll be watching any Eagles film rooms anytime soon, but should there be any NYC games in the future, it might stick around. Donated $5, bless him as well. Like, that's really cool. That's what makes this sport so fun. And our community so special as well. So we adore you guys. There needs to be a Pittsburgh MLS team. That will be a rivalry. That's true. I'm amazed there's not another PA team.
Yeah, so, the thing with the MLS is that they're continuing the expansion year in and year out. There is a USL Pittsburgh team in the Pittsburgh Riverhounds who do bring out a good attendance out there. But the issue is if there was to be a Pittsburgh team, there would need to be an owner who's going to dish in some serious money. And, listen, they can't be playing at Heinz Field because I don't think Heinz Field can really bring out a good soccer experience. So it's tough, but I agree. I would love to see Pittsburgh-Philly rivalry. You definitely see it flourish in the NHL with the Flyers and the Penguins. So it would be nice. I agree.
100%. Andre Blake makes a nice little snag save there, looking a little bit like Jalen Rager plucking that one from the sky. It was a road cross from NYCFC. Blake yaps it out of the air. And there's only 30 minutes to go. We're approaching, as we say in England, twitchy bum time now, which is where you edge of your seat, you start clenching, you get a bit itchy, you've got a 1-0 lead, the other team start attacking, it gets a little bit twitchy bum time. Hopefully the Union can hold on, because as John said, I don't think the Union NYCFC have done enough to really frighten the Union or get back into this matchup. Like, that goal really did seem to deflate that intensity that they brought in the first half. So we'll see. There's still a lot of soccer left to be played. They do have possession at the moment as we approach the 80th minute. But so far, the Union have just been able to deal with all traffic coming their way.
Oh, yeah. Man, let's take a second, Liam, because we have soccer back in the United States. It's crazy to see. I did not think we were going to see it this year, but we are blessed to be watching our boys in blue playing here. What a great game.
100%. Tim is very much agreeing with the squeaky bum time sentiment. Can't blame him. And as I say that, a cross gets sent in and it is dealt with by the Union centre-backs, who again, I think this is the best I've seen them play. I say this season, I kind of mean the first 2 games of last season and whatever this COVID Cup, I suppose, is going to be. But I think that they've played well, the Union defence today. They've really done well with all the frustration that we've seen, you know, the fake Aguero army really try and cause that back line, that they've stayed composed. They've done a really good job. There's been nothing too concerning so far. They've been physical, which is the big thing. They've been really physical. They've had a lot of interceptions, clinical in tackling, and now a ball goes over the top to find Aronson, and it's just a little bit overshot. I think, you know, a late goal here could really be the nail in the coffin. The only time will tell if they can get it or not. It's going to be intriguing. Oh, fake Aguero's down again, and no free kick given. Way wanker. Sorry, I need to stop. I need to be professional and not call him a wanker. But that was fine. I'm sure John will see it just a little bit as to what happened there. But oh, that free kick, ref. Yeah, there you go. Now he's getting it. Now he's caught on. And is that a sub? Oh, they're doing a sub.
Can you hear me fine?
Are you what, mate?
Can you hear me fine?
Yeah, I got you, man.
We had to switch over to the AirPods. The laptop started to die, so.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We're rolling with the AirPods. Let's see here.
Gotcha. The Union are making a sub with 10 minutes to go. We'll see who's coming off. It wouldn't surprise me if it would be like Aronson, who's run his little heart out today. Like, I'd, you know, give him a little bit of a rest, but at the same time, oh, hello. It's a little bit of scramble at that time. Right, so they haven't actually made it just yet. I'm guessing they're waiting for the next stoppage of play. But Jim definitely did the little sub sign, so there's one in the works. Picked up there, Chibilka. Whoa, referee, that's rough. Oh, he's played advantage. Aronson, oh, that's give the free kick. Oh, referee. Wait for week 5 of the NFL, Eagles v Steelers, Battle of PA. If we have an NFL season, 100%. Chibilko's now down. Yellow card for Tinnerholm, who has been a very big problem today for the Union. I mean, he's all over the pitch, but that was a bit of a late challenge. Chibilko does a bit of a dive. I can't lie. Yeah, that's a definite dive on Chibilko. I can't lie there. But, I mean, in comparison to the fake Aguero army, it's nothing to write home about, so I wouldn't worry too much. 9 minutes until we seal a victory. The Union looking to kick off their MLS's back campaign with a win, a big 3 points over arguably their biggest competition in the group. I'd say that NYCFC probably were the most intimidating team.
Yeah, I mean, you would think, well, like we said, like this is the big matchup. This is the toughest matchup out of the three. So if the Union can take care of business here, you would think that'd be easy sailing. And from what it looks like, we might not even have a second game because Nashville might not be playing. Yeah,
this is it. And there's been a lot of scrapping. Aronson's still down. He's got cramp. They allowed play on. And
Kai Wagner's down too.
Yeah, NYCFC had a bit of a moment. Now Bedoya's down. I think Glesnes is coming on, it looks like.
We got Glesnes coming on. So I would assume that maybe we go 3 back here.
Wouldn't surprise me. Oh, so they're taking off Aronson and bringing on number 14.
Oh, Jack DeVries. So Jack DeVries is a homegrown product to be coming on for Brandon Aronson, which, you know, looking at the bench right now, the only real forward we had on our bench was Anthony Fontana, which is already in. Seems Andrew Rubin did not suit up as well for this match. Brandon's definitely got cramps.
But DeVries has been receiving some hefty praise from Jim Kirshen from this period and saying that, you know, I remember transcribing the Zoom call that Matt McLean, our writer, sat in and was able to talk to the head coach of the Philadelphia Union. And Kirshen was very keen not to boost his ego too much, but saying that he was easily among, you know, the most improved players and that they want to add that it's more the defensive thing to his game now. They can see the attacking flair he's got, but it's trying to add that other element. We're going to get our first look now to see what he can do I guess we're going to in the COVID Cup. But he's been receiving heavy praise during the team's training and conditioning ahead of the trip to Orlando.
A lot of cramping going on right now, jeez.
See, those hydration breaks really matter. But Doy is off as well.
Yeah, we were making fun of it, but really they needed it. For Jack DeBrice too, Liam, this is his first taste of first team minutes in 2020. So exciting moment for him, and I hope he makes the best of this because we're going to need it for the rest of the tournament.
100%. 6 minutes to go. The Union just trying to just nurse this thing home now. Not much they can do except try and cling on. They don't need to do anything too over the top, too exotic. Just do what needs to be done. And hopefully that will be enough. But it's Tinnerholm who lays it off. And Fake Aguero number 3 decides to play it back. Tinnerholm with the cross in. Sails over the top of the Fake Aguero army. And that one goes out of play. So the Union avert danger once more. Oh no, it's kept at the touchline. Of course it was. That's cleared away. There we go. Oh God. Okay, they're really starting to pick up, I think, on the intensity now. Ball comes in to the box. And that goes nowhere. I'm just watching the same loop of the ball go in, almost go out of play for a throw. Ball go in, almost go out of play for a throw. When's Kevin Durant subbing on? Love that from David Esser, our lead Sixers writer who's coming to the live stream. Oh, could you imagine if he just runs on? Could you imagine? Oh, that'd be so good. I'd rate that. 5 minutes to go. It's squeaky bum time. It's last chance saloon. Union just have to try and hold on to all 3 points here. They've had a very nice second half. They've quelled the New York City attack and they're sending in crosses. It's a golden opportunity. Oh, and they've missed a sitter. They've missed an absolute sitter. And the knockoff Vincent Company cannot believe it. That should have been 1-1. That should have been 1-1. It was a great cross from Tinnerholm, and it was a nice little half volley. Takes one touch, uses his weaker foot, and somehow, some way, that ball goes wide. Connie says, am I going to upload something on the Eagles today? Today or tomorrow? I'm working on one of the bigger film room pieces, so I've got to break down like 6 games, so it's going to take a little while, but I'm hoping today or tomorrow. Normally we try and upload like 4 or 5 days out of 7. So we've done every day so far. I'm hoping we can keep that going. If not, it will be tomorrow. But there's another look at the knockoff Company miss. It's a fantastic save from Andre Blake. It's got to be. I thought he just missed the goal, but it turns out it was a touch wide from Blake who tipped it away. Blake, for me, has been man of the match today. He really has. Like, the saves that he's made, has been absolutely outstanding.
Oh, I just saw it. Okay, wow. Herbert really missed a great opportunity to get NYC on the board here. But no, you're right. I would go either him or Enrico Martinez, but Andre's really kept us in the match. I would have to go with him as the man of the match.
Yeah, he's just been up in the big moments, seeing danger away, being aggressive and going for the ball. But the replays, when you see that shot, that should have been 1-1. It really should have been. Heber hit that ball perfectly. Blake just stretches out, leaps like a salmon, gets rid of it. And now the Union trying to have one last shot here of this little attacking move. Couldn't get it in. It does go out for a Union corner though. Chabilko was the one just on the edge there. Code says, good commentary so far. Only one Fake Aguero. The rest are just trying to be stylish. Good win if you hold on to it. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. To hear that from an NYCFC fan is definitely good. It means we're doing something right, that we can entertain, fans of the opposite team and not be too biased or too boring and keep things entertaining. That's what we're all about here at PSN. Is you want to do things slightly differently, slightly unconventional, have a lot of fun along the way. And to have such a steady pace of like 20 people watching this has been a blast. But we're not out of the woods yet. There's 2 minutes to go. Chabilko cuts back, and that could have been the goal that they wanted. But NYCFC looking for one more run. They've set it up perfectly. And now it's going to be a foot race. Oh, he's brought down. That might be a card. Is it? It's a free kick. And a yellow. Yeah, it was a saving challenge. Hang on, who was put there? Was that Glesnes? I've got a feeling it might have been. Yeah, he pulls it. I would say that's... I can't see who got the card. I'm assuming it's Glesnes because he's pulling at the shirt and his shorts. Player goes down. I think it was Glezzer on McKay Stephen. It was a challenge that had to be made. It's one of them. You take one for the team. You can't fault him for that. He had to get his hand in there and sort it out. Otherwise, it would have been a clear-cut chance. It was 3-on-3 the other way. New York whipped the ball in. A late header, and Blake again leaping out of the water like a salmon. I don't know how he's doing it. Kevin Durant has been teaching this man some hops because he went top bins to get hold of that one. That was right where mother keeps the biscuits. That was right in the top drawer. And somehow he's reached like above the crossbar to haul that one in. Very impressive from Andre Blake. That's my man of the match for sure. He's been brilliant from start to finish.
Oh, wow. Okay. I just saw the Yaka booking here. Okay.
Yeah, it was definitely, cut your nose to spite your face booking. He had to make that challenge for sure. Nice little spin from Montero. Oh, Montero is breaking ankles out here. He plays it down to De Vries, who whips the ball in. It's a little bit misplaced, though. That's going to come in time again. His first team minutes of this campaign. But, yeah, that save is unreal, man. Blake has been on fire today.
So what do you need him to do? Stay on his head, man, for us to have a chance in some of these matches. You're not always going to have your attacking fluid like most matches, but sometimes you need your goalie to step up and make some huge saves.
Absolutely. Connie says dirty nutmeg. It absolutely was. I feel like that should have been... That's going to be uploaded to some adult website later, that Montero nutmeg. That was a little bit filthy down by the touchline. We've got 6 added minutes, so there's still a lot of soccer left to be played. It really is squeaky bum time now. The knees are going to start shaking. You're going to start getting a bit itchy. New York are attacking. 5 minutes left in the game, and this really is the last chance saloon. They've got to get everybody in. The pre-party is over. The Ubers arrived. New York are going to get everybody in and send it. As I've said that, they've sent the ball in. That goes over the bar, and that should be a goal kick, I believe. Oh, is it a corner? Yeah, I think Fake Aguero got something on it. Yeah, it's a corner. Alright, okay. New York corner, 6 added minutes. Blake's heroics might be the deciding factor here because the Union are sucking up every bit of pressure that's been thrown their way. Oh, my leg's going, I can't lie. My leg's twitching a little bit. Corner comes in, headed away. Well dealt with. It's still in play though, still in the box. I believe that was Castellanos trying to play it back out. Ball comes in for a header. It's knocked down! Oh, I thought that went in. It went around the outside. Oh, thank God. It went round and hit the side netting, and I thought it went in. Oh, that was
dropped a little bit, Liam.
That was scary. I can't imagine how tense it is for you, and I'm like a minute ahead, and like, oh, I'm sorry. Just sending John into a state of panic now.
Definitely a little nervous over here, definitely. Alright. Oof, yeah, I can see where you're coming. Oh my God.
That was ropes, I can't lie. That was a little bit ropes. That's the second time New York should have come away with something there. Oh, and one of the fake Agueros is off the pitch now. I hate to see it. That's a shame. We're cutting them down one by one. We're cutting them down. I'm not sure. It wasn't Castellanos. I'll try and find out which one it was. Oh, excuse me. Again, 3 hours sleep. The live stream last night was a little bit later than I expected. But we move, and NYCFC running out of time. They've got 3 minutes of stoppage time left to do something, anything here to salvage a point. Union trying to cling on to all 3. They lead 1-0 after an Ale Bedoya thunderstrike in the top corner from what felt like an impossible angle. It was a brilliant goal, but now they've got to make it count. They've got to make it worth it. NYCFC are all over them. The Union have definitely parked the bus over the last 10 minutes or so. New York are really beginning to just try and pick this defense apart and do whatever they can to break it down. Well intercepted that by the Union. Now they just have to try and break or play keep away. That's the thing now. Like, what do you do? And Glesnes does exactly that. Tries to play it back to Blake. That gives me flashbacks of Charlton at Wembley when they scored an own goal by doing that. Please don't put me through that again. New York on the attack, and they may have a little bit of a chance here. Oh, brilliant defending. Brilliant defending. It goes out for a throw-in in a dangerous position, but with 2 minutes to go, you can't stop staring at the time. You're hoping the Union make it out of this. And a minute and a half.
Oh my God.
Opportunity wasted there from New York, but it's getting a little bit tense. Goal kick for Blake, who I assume is... Oh, sorry, Matt.
You can see the Union pulling 9 players back. Yeah, the parking of the bus is real out here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's been brilliant defending though from start to finish. And I think I said that at half time that the centre backs have been that much better. And don't make me jinx it now. Get back in it. Oh, Blake again! Someone give that man a knighthood. He's not even British. Just give him a knighthood. Sir Andre Blake. I don't understand how this man is keeping the goals out. Mackie can't believe it. Blake can't believe it. I can't believe it. This is stupid. Like, this shouldn't happen. He's back. Do you know what? I know Blake sort of had that iconic season a few years ago where he was making like ridiculous saves every game. He's up there with some of the best play I've seen this man play. That he is red hot right now. Absolutely stunned. Like, if they don't win this game, it is absolutely heartbreaking because Andre Blake deserves all 3 points by himself. Any other team, and you'd like to think New York would have probably come back into this game, at least tied it, probably gone on to get a second, but with Andre Blake in goal, like, they have had no answer for what that man can do at all.
Oh my God, I just saw it. Holy crap, Andre Blake.
And that is the end of the game. The Philadelphia Union win 1-0 over NYCFC. And what a win that is. Absolutely brilliant.
First win of the year.
Dupe is well and truly back, but what a game from Andre Blake. What a brilliant game that was from the Union keeper. Like, if they didn't have him in there, I genuinely feel like they may have let that game slip away. Like, honestly.
Yeah, no. Like, it was, I think, to be honest, obviously a great individual performance by Andre Blake, but, great job by the team. They did enough to get the win. And in the first half, we were talking about the rustiness, and both teams were a little slow, but the Union stuck with the game plan, and they figured it out. A great shot by Alejandro Bedoya to get the goal, and Andre Blake kept us in the game. And Liam, listen, if he keeps up with this form, who knows what's going to happen with the Union in this tournament? But that's how we need him to play throughout this tournament. But huge 3 points. Some rejoice here in Philadelphia. It's been a long time with no sports, and this is a great way to kick off Philly sports back in America here. Absolutely.
Kodak says, why can't Green be in goal and just let it in? Honestly, I'm stunned. I was not expecting that. Like, there were some late heroics. Like, Blake had been good throughout, and maybe we were a bit premature in saying he was man of the match, but those last 20 minutes, some of the saves he made were game-defining. They were absolutely excellent. But as John said, whole team played well. You can't fault New York. I just don't think they were clinical enough in front of goal. They couldn't quite find a way through. I feel like they probably shot themselves in the foot a bit too early on. They revealed their hand with a few too many dives and trying to make it aggressive. The Union came out of half-time a very different team. They were very disciplined, I felt, in the second half. Outside of Glesnes, who really did take one for the team and bring down a player. Kenneth says, congrats on your victory. NYCFC needs more work. Medina needs to step up with that DP pay. He can't be a sub and needs to get goals and assists. And I fully agree. Fully agree with that. His impact was minimal when watching it, unfortunately. He really didn't feel visible on the pitch outside of a couple of chances. But yeah, John, what are your final thoughts on that game? Because that was a bit of a roller coaster towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think like what we've seen in these first two matches in the MLS Spec tournament, rustiness is going to be the key. But you're like we saw with both Orlando and Philadelphia, if you have a cohesive unit, you have some star players who step it up, then you're going to go far in this tournament. Both Nani last night for Orlando City and Alejandro Bedoya. I mean, even could throw Andre Blake with that for Philadelphia Union. Stepped up, and that's why we got the 3 points. I want to continue seeing this play here for the Union. Hopefully, in the next match, we can get Sergio Santos or Andrew Wooten. That'd be nice to have an extra forward there because, as you saw, cramping was an issue. Brendan Aronson, Kai Wagner, and Alejandro Bedoya all got cramps in this match. So, yeah, it would be nice to have some more players in that bench. But, yeah, I'm excited. 3 points to start it off. I thought we were going to get a draw here, but we got the best in New York. And you can tell that New York, still trying to figure out their manager as well. Ronnie Dyla trying to figure out his team, and they're trying to figure him out. So, I think that the Union were definitely motivated. You can see that they, with the different names in the back of the jerseys representing all the fallen people who died from police brutality, they clearly played very motivated today, and they wanted to do this for Philly. And you can clearly tell they played their hearts out for us here in Philly. So I'm excited as a Philadelphia Union fan, and let's get some more excitement going on here.
Absolutely. Tim says Union going to win the Mickey Mouse COVID Classic Trophy. I'll tell you what, it was a good first step in that direction for sure, man. And don't forget, guys, post-game analysis will be available on phillysportsnetwork.com. I'm sure you'll be seeing much more of John around our channel as well. But if you want to read post-game recap, see some analysis of the game, check in phillysportsnetwork.com throughout the day. I'm sure we're going to get some stuff up. Kodak says, first time tuning in, I subbed, liked and donated because both of you guys were brilliant. Dude, that means so much.
Thank you.
Especially, from a New York fan as well, to come in. I mean, that means we're doing something right if we can win over a rival fan. Thank you for letting us be a part of your day, man. I know it's been a struggle to watch the game, and you took a chance on a Philly stream. I'm glad that we didn't let you down. But a massive win for the Union, and a massive win for Philly, and a massive win for us to have a live stream back with you guys. I've missed these watch-alongs. We had some live stream limbs as well with the Alejandro Bedoya goal. So a massive thank you to everyone that is taking time out of their day to tune in. I know it's super early in the morning. I know it's soccer, and there's been a lot of people in here that are just discovering that for the first time. Hopefully, you're on this ride with us now for the rest of this MLS is Back tournament. So to Tim, to Kodak, to Brokey, to Connie, to Geordie Fighter 141, to Jay Fizz, and everyone else that has appeared in the live chat today, including our writers Eric Rees and David Esser. You guys have been unbelievable. Thank you for tuning in with us. From myself, Liam Jenkins, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Liam Jenkins PSN. I'll be back with some Eagles content a little bit later today or tomorrow. John, where can people get a hold of you, follow your stuff, and keep up to date with what you're doing?
Yeah. So on Twitter, I'm at Barcelo Philly. On my YouTube channel, it's at Barcelo Philly, EL Barcelo Philly. So I will have a recap of this match as well. We will see where more likely we'll have it on my channel. Liam's been busy with other Philly sports, which is what we're proud of him, and we love what he's doing over there. So if you want to see the recap, you can definitely hop on my channel, or you can follow me as well. But Liam, thank you so much for having me on. This was a lot of fun. It's always fun, hanging out with you, watching a little footy on the pitch, watching our boys in blue. So it was definitely exciting. We need to do this again.
100%, man. Well, hopefully we'll be back for a game against Nashville, but that's probably all up in the air. But either way,
we'll keep you up to date with that as well, guys. What's going on with Nashville? Yeah,
we'll be back as soon as there's another Union game. Fingers crossed it's sooner rather than later. But again, guys, you've all been absolutely tremendous today. Enjoy your Thursday, knowing you've got that winning feeling in your stomach all day long. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back soon from myself and John. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you again, guys.
Do it, baby.